Yo, people, what's going on, man? People, what's going on? Good afternoon, good evening, and good night, depending on what time zone you're in. Thank you, and welcome back again to Conversations. Yeah, just remember, whatever you hear here, all right, do not take it personal. Please don't take it personal. You know what I'm saying? If I offend anyone, I really don't apologize. This show might not be for everyone. If it isn't, I'm sure there's plenty more streams out there for you. You know what I'm saying? If you like it, please, yeah, hit that like. Please subscribe. You know what I'm saying? If you're watching this after the fact, you know what, peoples, just make a comment. You know what I'm saying? Anyway, today's stream is about anything and everything. Do you hear what I'm saying? I've got a special guest as usual. Yeah, it's my brother African King. You see this dude, yeah? I like him, but he's a bit of an arsehole, all right? Because he's a fucking Chelsea supporter. And you know Chelsea supporters, yeah? They're fucking cocky as hell. You know what I'm saying? World champions. You know what I'm saying? We've won everything. We've completed football. Blah, 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 yada, yada, yada. Do you know what? Yeah, I don't give a flying fuck about none of them. But do you know what? Yeah, big up African King. You know what I'm saying, brother? We say my G. We say my G. You good?
Yeah, I'm good. I'm good. The international break, I'm bored as hell right now. But to be honest, I've been watching the women's football more. So women's Champions League's tomorrow, so I'll be watching that. So at least
Yeah.
I got something. I got something. England ain't gonna entertain me.
Bro, do you know what? Yeah, on the road, fuck England. You know what I'm saying?
Mm.
Me, you see me in England, yeah. Like I respect England because you know what, right? Born and raised in England, it is where it is. You know what I'm saying? It's the country I was birthed in, so I'd always want them to win like something. But then when the World Cup comes, or when Euro comes along, or AFCON or something with any ounce, yeah, that's when I'm watching it. Other than that, bro, you think I got who are they playing tonight? Lithuania, Latvia, who? You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Like it's just another game for that prick Kane to fucking stat pad. You hear what I'm saying? I don't know who's worse,
Yeah.
him or Salah right now. It is where it is. They're both getting numbers and they're both getting them against shit teams. It is where it is, brother, man. Yeah, so let's dive right deep in this motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? Like, first and foremost, I want to shout out everyone. Yeah. AK4P, all right. You know what I'm saying? He's another fucking
Big up
fraud, yeah.
AK.
Why he says that's my brother King. You done know, yeah. Shams always showing love. You get what I'm saying? Hit the like and subscribe to Ras Clark. All right, big up Sarcasm City Clips. If I offend anyone, I don't apologize. Don't see 2025. You know what? Yeah, you all know me. This is what I'm saying. I'm a live wire at the best of times. I really don't give a fuck. It's not that I want to offend anybody. I just don't give a fuck about a lot of people. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm a person, I keep my shit consistent. And I just think people in 2025 should really and truly have thicker skin. But it is where it is. It is where it is. Yo, he says they're playing Romeo Latvia. Do you know what? Yeah. Big up Romeo Latvia, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm not even gonna comment. No, I'm not even gonna comment. I don't want
That's a
to
good one.
get myself kicked off before I get myself monetized. It is what it is. What are you saying, King?
Yeah, no, I'm good. I'm good. I'll be honest. Like as I said, the international break's not really for me. Um, the only internationals I'm excited for is AFCON. I'm gonna go to Morocco, so I'm excited for that. Sudan's in it, my country, so I'm excited for that. In terms of like anything else, really, just want the Premier League to be back. Hopefully, it's for a little longer than the last time because it was like a couple weeks and then it was international break again. So
Yeah, man. You see, what going, brother? What are you saying? You're good.
Yo, big up Don C, man. What you saying, bro? I'm good,
Yeah, man,
bro.
all good, man. We're just chopping it up quickly, man. Do you know what? Yeah, when it comes to England, like I said, don't really give a shit about them. You know what I'm saying? I'm still hurting from the penalty misses and what the man was saying afterwards. But then it sums up the people that live in this country. That's what I'm saying. And do you know what? Yeah, it is a small demographic of people, right? So I'm not really gonna go and say too much about that because you know what? Yeah, sometimes they do say the few outweigh the many. It is what it is. But you know what, right? Because I'm a person like in my workplace, there's all different colors, bro. You get what I'm saying? All different kind of creeds, and I'm not gonna disrespect the thing by spitting hate because you know me, bro. I'm all about love. I'm all about passion, yeah, and I'm all about not giving a fuck, bro. You know what I'm saying? All right, Ozzy, what are you saying about England?
But to be honest, I've gone past caring, man. But every time we get giddy, we beat Hungary, Georgia, and all these nonsense teams. We get me, and everyone's like, wait. You know what I'm saying? They get all giddy when the competition starts. We play no one. We play a serious team, and then we fail. It's the same cycle again and again. So,
Yeah,
I do not care anymore about England, bro. I honestly do not care, bro. Like,
you
bro,
know
when
what?
we had the golden generation, we didn't do nothing.
Yeah,
And even though there's a very good player, like when you look around, there's a very decent team if you like select the right team. But it's still not doing nothing. Because let's be honest, yeah. You know, like how we compare Arsenal with City, Liverpool, and that we say, but with our players getting to that team, so why should we be happy with certain player in the Arsenal team if he's not going to get into the team we're trying to beat? It's kind of the same thing with England. Like if you look at France,
yeah,
or look at Spain, I don't think many England players will get into their teams, or like even like Portugal. So like for me, it's like, yeah, we do decent enough, but I think that's really England's level, man. I'm
yeah.
probably gonna get a lot of hate for it, but
Nah,
England's
man.
just England's just not being that kind of top national team that when you look on paper might look it, but when it comes to the crunch time of things, they just can't. It's a bit like Arsenal can't get over the line.
Mate, they can't get up. They need that Viagra. It is what it is. All right, before you say anything else, bro, I want to big up Wahaha, yeah, because you know what, yeah, he's such a very well mannered person. You know what I'm saying? And every time he comes on, I have to hail him up. He's not like people like him, yeah. That still bigs me up, and I show him enough love, yeah. But he's a fucking fraud, this pussy, yo. You know what I'm saying? Fuck his team, yeah. Yeah, I don't need to point at you. This right there, yeah. Fuck. All right, Si, big up you. Fuck your team. But it's all about big up Wahaha, yeah, because he's such a very good individual.
Yeah, big
Yeah, Sam. Go on. Carry on, brother. What were you saying?
Yeah, no, it's just like, but like I said in it, England just can't get over the line, man. You know, like when was the last tournament, bro? Like the Euros, this, that. You're thinking, yeah, bro, if they won, the summer would be lit. This, that, and this, bro. And then they fail when you're, bro. Everyone's just like depressed. You know what I'm saying? Like, what was it? The Euros. Oh, man, I can't. Who did we play against again? I can't remember.
I mean, bro, do you know what it is? The last time I took England serious, no, we played Italy. We lost in the final. Where my man pulled out fucking Saka's hair blood. You know what I'm saying? Like to say Saka's a bad B, and my man trying to beat him, he wasn't better, and all the rest of that. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
man violated him. And you know the joke thing is, yeah, after the man did that, yeah, what England player backed it, bro? Yeah, you think, okay, on a Sunday, I play a lot of football on a Sunday. I'm injured right now, yeah. And if someone try to ban up my player like that, bro, you know you're getting a 2-footed challenge. This is what I'm saying. You better know that. And unfortunately, that's the thing with footballers nowadays. They're too, yeah. Let's just leave it as that.
Yeah, I remember that one.
Yeah.
Then in the World Cup, they lost against France, but in
Yeah.
the last Euros, I don't remember who they lost against.
England. I know. A few years ago, I think we got beat by Iceland, and they clap. We got beat by Italy in the final, and the last one,
2024.
2020. Who
That would
was
be
it
the
again?
last Euros, right?
Yeah. Do you know what? I can't actually remember. You know, someone in the
Yeah.
chat, let us know. I can't actually remember who we played in the Euros last. I think it was.
I don't feel like it's France or something like that.
Yeah, I don't think it was
France
France.
was in the World Cup.
Do you know what? Yeah, I can't actually remember who it was. You know, right? You see, that's how pathetic it is. If you ask me who knocked out Arsenal last season in the FA Cup, I would have said Man United. Carling Cup, I would have said friggin' Newcastle, because that's who I give a fuck to. Yeah. I think it might have been Spain. You know,
it might have been Spain in the final. Spain in the final.
Spain.
Oh,
yeah.
Spain.
But do you know what? Yeah, but do you know, I agree. And like, okay, let me read out AFC's question before King goes. Yeah, it says to the panel: if England play Germany in the World Cup semi-final or final, where do you think Tuchel? Who do you think? Basically, where do you think Tuchel would choose? England over his own nationality. Yeah, King, guys, start this one off. That's for you.
That's a real loaded one. I think he's just gonna choose the place that's paying him. I'm gonna lie to you, he ain't got no choice.
Right. Yeah.
But to be honest, you know what annoys me about international football is a lot of these teams have terrible managers. Like even Tuchel, for me, I don't think he's good enough to be managing England. If you're going to bring in a foreign manager, at least give me someone that is going to play some good football. Like I look at like France, their manager's not good enough. You look at Portugal, they have Martinez, and he messed up the golden years of Belgium. Like international football used to be something that we used to enjoy. We used to want to watch it, when Brazil had their teams, when Spain had their teams as well. But now it just feels like it's a drag. It just feels like you're watching some of the worst football ever. And you're just waiting for the Premier League to come back. And before, it used to be something that like at least you'd get to enjoy like the South American teams. But now even the South American teams are kind of like dead. If you look at their teams right now, I just think football in general has lowered to such a level that it's ruined international football because it just doesn't have that same. I don't know. I don't know. Yeah, it doesn't have that same boom that you used to have. Like you used to be able to name 5-6 man in every team that we would say are ballers and that you'd actually want to watch. But now you can't even name 2.
No, you know, I'm with you with that. What are your thoughts, Ozzy, on just England as a whole and foreign managers coming to England? What are you telling me?
I think like a few years ago, if you said we got a foreign manager, you'd be like, yeah, because let's be honest, bruv, English managers are just not it, man. Let's be honest. You could say Southgate, got England to final, long time they made to final. But come on, man, no one rates that guy deep down, man. Like, you're not taking that guy at your club, you know what I'm saying? So, for me, like, when he's gone to both finals, he's got to the final not playing anyone serious, you know what I mean? So I don't really give him credit for that. And then when it's come to the final, but you've bottled it twice, you know what I'm saying? So
no, I totally agree.
But then like King said, bro, like international football is just not it now, man. Like before, you'd be like, oh yeah, Italy's sick, Spain sick, France sick, Brazil sick. You know what I'm saying? Like Argentina, like, but even like these other teams in and around, you know, they're not world class, but even some of them like had ballers. Now you look like, apart from maybe like France, which team has like ballers? I can't really think of any.
You see, Ozzy. Yeah, for me, for myself, it's just that I don't really care about if a manager is a foreign manager or not. Yeah, the reason why a lot of people say foreign managers, I find that term very racial and systematic like that. And when it comes down to it, right, if you look at a lot of the teams that has won the World Cup in the last few years, right, or the Euros, the only team that you could say had purely homegrown players or homegrown their players was when Italy last won it. You know what I'm saying? Remember when France won it? They was like, that's the North African Cup. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Everyone else, it's like all the other countries are so mixed. So why shouldn't they get? For me, it's not about getting a foreign manager. It's about getting the best manager. Just because, right? Let's say for our club, I don't give a shit about managers. If we can't get an English manager, it's because you're not good enough. Is what I'm saying. And if you have to revert to the likes of Tuchel, then England have to realize that they need to be stepping up in the market. You know what I'm saying? Given the chance of the Lampards, the Gerrards and so forth, the Eddie Howes, attack those managers when they are hot. You know what I'm saying? When you know that they're gonna just about leave the club, attack them. Don't get a manager like Gareth Southgate who is known for failure, right? Because when people say, excuse me, big up for my brother. Yeah, big up. When people say to me that what he did with England has been great over the last few years, these are the same fans that say the same thing about Arteta. You know what I'm saying? The exact same fans, yeah. Just give me a second, yeah. So the same fans that say the same thing about Arteta. But guess what? Arteta's failed so far. Yeah, cool. He won an FA Cup early in his tenure, but he didn't build on it. Do you get me? It's just like what's his name? My man Southgate getting to a final. He didn't build on it. You know what I'm saying? If anything, they regressed, right? And for me as well, like you see, because King, you mentioned about the golden era, right? The golden era was only the golden era because the English media said about the golden era. Do you know what I'm saying? Because even in our golden era, we still weren't the best team out there. Because what? When Brazil came along, bro, you know what I'm saying? What did Ronaldinho do? You get me? Yeah? What did fucking Rivaldo do? What did Ronaldo do? Do you know what I'm saying? And I swear we could have even beat Portugal. You could say, yeah, well, it was Ronaldo, yeah, that cheated. Look, right? I guarantee you, ask your club if you can cheat to win a trophy. Tell me which motherfucker right here wouldn't cheat, blood. Yeah, I want my players to be diving, crying, like say, "Mamma mia, help me, please." You know what I'm saying? I'd rather all of that. I'm not. You see, for me as a fan, like it's not that I don't want England to win. Yeah, it's not that I'm not watching it. It's none of that. I want England to win. To tell you why, because when something like that happens, it brings the nation together. Yeah, and without getting too much into the politics, right? If you live in England, you understand and you know what's happening and you know what could be coming. You know what I'm saying? So something like that could, you know what? Yeah, unite every single person, every single creed, because when you're watching an England match, especially in a major tournament, not this fucking confederation bullshit that's on nowadays that FIFA just want to make money off. I'm talking about the World Cup. I'm talking about FIFA. I mean the Euros. Yeah, you're seeing man like Saka. Who does he look like? You know what I'm saying? You're seeing man like Trippier. You know what I'm saying? You see like the fair skinned brother in Palmer. Yeah, who did them man there look like? You get me? Yeah, you see the big like ogres, fucking caveman in Maguire. Yeah, we see pure of them around every single day. You get me? Yeah, the donkeys in Kane. You know what I'm saying? The Madawake's and all of that. Yeah, we see those players, right? So that represents Great Britain as a whole, and that's the reason why I want England to win it, just to unite the country for once, is what I'm saying, because that'd be the best week of our lives, bro. You know what I'm saying? Parties every single day, bro. It'll be like COVID, but in the parliament. You know what I'm saying? Well, you know when that man were partying when everyone else is at home. You know what I'm saying? I can say that now because it was proven. You get me? I don't even have to say allegedly. You know what I'm saying? Because it was proven. Yeah. So that's the kind of madness that it will be like, yeah. And that's why I want to see England win. I don't care about if there's a foreign manager, because he's a manager, right? Like I said before, if I'm going to say he's a foreign manager, so is Arteta, so is Maresca, yeah, so is Amarin. I was about to say Eric Ten Hag, but the way Amarin's playing, I think it's Eric Ten Hag. You get what I'm saying? Look at those managers right there. So is Pep, yeah, and so was Klopp, so was Slot, yeah. When's the last time we saw an Englishman actually do anything with any oomph or even won a trophy? I swear it must have been Harry Redknapp when he done it with Portsmouth in the FA Cup. This is what I'm saying. So the pool of English managers are so small. And when it comes to the play, when it comes to the actually footballers, I think that's the same thing with the footballers. This is why we don't actually have fun anymore. Do you know what? Where we're watching football, especially international football, because like I literally just named the 3 R's right there, yeah. Rivaldo, Ronaldo, or Ronaldinho, yeah? Just those 3. Look, just back in that, let's say 8 to 10 year span, yeah? Then they had the Spanish lot, yeah? Iniesta, Xavi, David Villa, Busquets, Puyol, PK, Ramos, you know what I'm saying? Just look at that right there. Then we go to the French team, yeah, what I'm saying? Like, it speaks for itself. There's been no better midfielder than the Zidane. Like there's been no better player to touch the English soul than Thierry Henry. Yeah. Then there was Perez. Yeah. Deschamps, Leboeuf. Yeah. Players like that. You get me? You go to Argentina, you had bad man like Batistuta, blood. You know what I'm saying? So like when we're talking about names and players, these are players that didn't just score goals. These are players that made you feel good every single time they touch the field. When you see players nowadays, the pool is so small, yeah. And when we do have a good player. We don't hype him up enough because you know what? Yeah, I got fans like him. Yeah, shitting on my players like Saka. You know what I'm saying? And there's too many loudmouth motherfuckers out there like that. Yeah, but it is what it is. Man. It is what it is, man. Yeah, big up Waha again. You know what I'm saying? Oh, ASC always says every Irish person smashed up their any hoovers, bro. Do you know what? Yeah, you know what? Yeah, I remember. Do you remember that one there?
When he did. He did that.
That's the time when France was struggling, blood.
Yeah.
Like I did, like he was hated. But then for myself personally, I love that in football. I love the controversy. Okay, cool. When it happens to my team, yeah, I'm cussing and I'm cussing, yeah. But then, yeah, when the bigger picture happens, it's like 10 years later, we can laugh about that shit. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. To know that one of the greatest players in Thierry Henry, one of the greatest strikers to not win the Ballon d'Or that I personally thought got cheated out the Ballon d'Or, right? Yeah, done that. You know what I'm saying? He scored some beautiful goals in his time, but I bet that's one of the best ones he ever scored. You know what I'm saying? Because he got away with one, blood. Like, which one of our players wouldn't do that, bro? Which one of our motherfucking players wouldn't do that? Like, so let me ask you this. Yeah, you would never ever see an Englishman be an Argentinian manager. There would be riots over there. Do you know what? Argentinian men are more primitive. Yeah. And that's all I will say on that. Yeah. Because unfortunately, football moves on. Yeah. How many times have you seen other players that were born in a certain country play for the country that they grew up in? Yeah. I swear Diego Costa did that.
Yeah, he
because
did.
Wasn't he Brazilian? And he done it in Spain. Yeah. And I'm sure if I dug deep, right, I would find some, like, let's say Sterling. The one that comes off my head noticeably is Sterling. And he played for Jamaica. I mean, he's Jamaican, but he played for England. Right? Declan Rice. I swear he's Irish.
Yeah, he's Irish. Him and Grealish are Irish.
You know what I'm saying? But yet they play for England. So do you know what it is? Like that, them man there, they're still primitive. Them man there, if you're having a bad game in Argentina, they'll probably do what Castro did back in the day. But let's not talk about that. You know what I'm saying? Negativity. You know what I'm saying, bro? Yeah, but what have you man got to say about fucking? Do you know what? Yeah, look at this fraud. Yeah, Thierry slander up here. Hey, bro. Like, hey, Prime. You see you, Mr. Chaos. It is what it is. What you man got to say about England? Or like, I heard that they're winning. Can I talk to me, lads?
What about England? I ain't got nothing to say.
Yeah, okay, well, fuck England, then. You know what I'm saying? It is what it is. Okay, let's get down to fucking business.
Yeah, I ain't bothered, but like I said, I ain't bothered by England, man. I don't give a shit. To be honest, I don't know if you covered it, but like England playing Wales and whoever they flipping playing Hungary and all this nonsense, blah, blah, but I'm not here for it, man. Fuck this international rubbish, bro.
Man, fuck it. Not on the real, fuck it for real, man.
Play the fucking qualifiers. We don't need no fucking friendlies, you know what I'm saying?
All right, but fuck England is what I'm saying. Okay, Chelsea business though, yeah. King, I haven't spoken to you for a minute, bro. Honestly. Like it's like we're missing each other. I try to jump in the streams at times and so forth, but it's just like life is just life, you know what I'm saying? And the wife has got me going out to birthday parties. If you're married, you know what I'm talking about. You know what I'm saying? You can't say no at times, you get me? But yeah, the last game that you man had, right? You knocked Liverpool off their high horse, yeah? Or I could say that you put the nail into their coffin almost, yeah? Because they were going for a very bad patch with the two previous games, where one in the Champions League and against Crystal Palace, which is a team that's close to my heart because they gave me Ian Wright. You know what I'm saying? I got no beef with them. Let me know your thoughts on especially that game, right? What you think your next steps are, yeah, and if you're ever going to win a trophy this season. 3 questions, bro.
Okay. So in terms of the game, I think that's the best game we played this season in terms of having the desire to kind of want to win a game. Obviously we were on a bad patch before that because we were giving out red cards like it was candy. I mean, we did get a red card at the end of that game for a different reason, but that's more positive. But yeah, we were giving out red cards like it's candy against United, and then against Brighton, we lost hella points. Lost points to Brentford, Brighton, and United, and United hurt the most, especially because of what Sanchez did as well. And we needed that win because if we didn't win that game, we would be behind Man United, and they're a terrible team. So that couldn't, for the greater good, that couldn't have happened for my club. And I enjoyed it. I enjoyed the fact that we had a centre back partnership that was somewhat decent in Achimpong and Badashile. I think it was the first time we've had two centre backs play together that actually kind of understood what Maresca wanted to do and played in such a high level that they had to come off eventually. It was crazy. The Casado finish was out of this world. Yeah, he only scores those type of goals really. He dominated the midfield. He had their midfielders running scared. They were moving positions, coming off the pitch. He ran that midfield ragged, and then to have that dagger in the end, I'm gonna lie to you, it felt good. It felt good. I'm Blue Coalition, so any time I can take one off of a red team, whatever red team that is, whether it be United, Arsenal, or Liverpool, it's even so much sweeter. And a last minute dagger, the celebrations. Obviously, the celebrations were a bit over the top because we acting like we won a World Cup or something, but we are world champions though. But yeah, it was great to see Esteval get that last minute winner. Esteval, the youngest in charge. He's going to be better than your young ballers or whoever you can name. He's going to be the best. He's going to be the top of the top, the best of the best. And it was just a big win. We needed it. We needed that confidence.
Say that again. He's going to be what? The best of the best.
Yeah, best of the best.
Okay. No, but I'm not elaborate on that. Why do you believe that?
For me, in the short space of time that I've seen him, and even seeing him in the Club World Cup, I think he has that je ne sais quoi, as you would say. I think it's been lost from football for a long time, and he has a fearlessness in the way he plays that I don't see many players have. And I hope that Enzo Maresca doesn't take that out of him like Pep does to players. I hope he allows him to thrive, allows him to play with a smile on his, and he plays with a smile on his face. He reminds me of the Hazards or the Ronaldinho type players where they just play with a smile on their face. They just want the ball and they want to play, and that's when you get the diamonds in the rough. That's when you get the true excellence, is when they're playing with a smile on their face. They just want to beat a man and they just want to contribute in any way and how. And I think every time you hear him talk, every time you hear him about what he's doing off the field, he doesn't have those antics of the Hazards or Ronaldinhos. He ain't a party man. He's a man of the church. So I feel like he has everything in terms of the people around him and on the pitch to be able to become a world superstar, to become world class. Is he going to reach those goals? That's going to be up to him. That's going to be him putting in the work in and seeing what he can do. But yeah, I truly believe that he can be the greatest in his generation. He's got a tough task. Obviously, you got the Lamine Yamals, you got the Diamonds of this world, etc., etc. But I got my horse in a race, and he's in a death row contract, so he ain't going nowhere anytime soon. But yeah, no, it was good to see him get that goal. I think that's a confidence booster for the whole team. And as I said, we were coming off a bad time, so we needed that going into the break. And in terms of this season, we need to get our players back. With too many injuries at the moment. Pretty much no centre backs. A lot of problems in terms of keeping our players fit. Palmer being missing is an issue because you can see there's a lack of creativity in certain games without him, and you need that. And it's affecting our forward players, especially João Pedro. Him without Palmer, I don't think he's the same level that he can be, and sometimes you need that. And in terms of this season, I think we can win a cup. Premier League is out of the question because we don't have the things that I wanted in the summer. Was a goalkeeper and a top class centre back, leader, and we didn't do those things. And
I say, bro, carry on talking.
Yeah, no problem. And you can't win the league without an elite keeper, and you can't win the league without an elite leader centre back. You look at every team that's won the Premier League in since '92 till now. They've had a top 5 in the world goalkeeper, and they've had a leader at the back, and we don't really have that at the moment. So FA Cups and League Cups, maybe a Champions League run if possible, is where we have to kind of go for, and then it's going to be just top four and maybe a minor trophy at the best right now in terms of especially the way we're going. But we'll see what happens for the rest of the season. But that's just how I feel about my team right now. I just don't think we're missing too many ingredients to be a team going for the Prem title. I think it's between City and Liverpool. The only reason I count out Arsenal is because I don't rate their manager, and that's the only reason I don't, because they have every other tool in their bag, but the manager for me is not good enough, and that's going to be the difference maker between them, City and Liverpool in terms of Arsenal. So yeah, that's my thing. We're fourth and a minor cup. That's the best we can get this season.
Yeah, do you know what? Yeah, that sounds kind of realistic as well. Your defense not that great. You need defenders, right? Because you might be splashing out on attacking players for so long. You man fucking need defenders. Striking, like, to be honest, one thing that's hitting you, like, it's the same thing that's hitting us as well. Is a lot you're getting a lot of injuries to your better players, all right? You know, I can't actually not that, because for top four, like if I'm looking at the teams that'll be below you, the only team that I can say may put up a fight for that is Tottenham, right? But even then, right, there's like in no particular order, Arsenal, Chelsea, Man United, Liverpool, and everyone else is like 2 levels below us, yeah. And then you get the level below that, yeah. So that let's just say there's those 4 which I previously said in our pot. Then you got the Tottenhams, you got the Newcastles this season. Then you got, so far so good. It looks it's Crystal Palace, yeah. Are they going to drop off? Yeah, I think they are going to drop off. But then after that, yeah, it's like then you got the Aston Villas, the Man Uniteds, and who else is there? The Evertons. You know what I'm saying, right? So top 4 for you. I think it is what it is, and he should be trying to go for a cup. This is what I'm saying. Yeah, go for a cup, man. Your thoughts, Ozzy, on that?
Yeah, no, I think that's realistic. What King said, like they don't have the team to challenge for the league, so go for what you can realistically win, and you have shown you can win. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, man.
Which makes sense. Like it's like when we were saying, when obviously Arsenal, you'd say obviously we've got the squad to win the title, but we ain't got the manager for it. But along the way of building the team, we would have liked to see us like pick up these cups along the way. You know what I'm saying? So in terms of Chelsea, they're trying to build that team that's going to challenge for the title, but along the way they're picking up trophies. You know what I'm saying? So for me personally, I said it before, I don't think Maresca's the guy to get them to win the league, but getting them thereabouts, yeah, possibly. So like with Maresca, do they, like, I would like to know whether if they, like, say for example Chelsea get 4th, win a League Cup, for example, yeah, what's expectations for like the season after? Say you buy like Sanchez, say you buy a decent centre back. You expecting like Maresca to challenge for the league next season, and if you don't, like, he's out? Or you thinking if we go from 4th to about 2nd, and then we go on from there?
If we do what we need to do in the transfer window, next season you would have to win the league for me personally. Because that's the goalkeeper and the centre back are the 2 major things that are holding us back. If we can, if we get a good partner for Levi Colwill, get a leader next to him, because I think he's a B-side centre back. You need an A-side centre back. You need a Van Dijk, a Gabriel type figure that's just gonna, control the defense. We don't have that.
Yeah.
Our captain is Reece James, but let's be honest, fullbacks, wingers as captains, it never works out. Your captain needs to be down the middle, either the centre back or the centre mid, and we need a centre back leader. And then if we can get a goalkeeper that is, as I said, top 5 in the world, or even at least top 10, because Sanchez isn't even top 50. Like, let's be honest here. He's, for me, I don't think he's good enough. So I need an elite goalkeeper and a leader centre back. And then next season, if we win, let's say 4th in a League Cup, next season after that has to be the league title, because it will be 10 years without a league. It'll be 10 years. 10 years is too many. That's too many. And in order for us to catch up to Arsenal, we need to win these league titles. Because I'm of the thing of, I want it to be not to be a conversation when it comes to who's the best in London. I want us to be better than you domestically and in Europe. We already got Europe locked down, and I don't think you're gonna catch
stop rubbing salt into the wounds, you motherfucker, blood. Yeah, we get it. You know what I'm saying? That's right,
but domestically, we ain't there yet. We ain't nowhere near league titles, FA Cups, nothing, nowhere near yet. And that's where we have to do more, because we're on six league titles next to Sunderland. That's not good enough for a club of our size.
Yeah, but you're not far off in terms of overall trophies, though.
Yeah, but I don't want to convert. See, I'm a kind of person.
Yeah, but then I get what you're saying.
I don't
But then how many titles have you won? How many then? And then you lot say, how many Champions League have you won? You wanna, you don't want to start.
I want to dominate, and then I'm looking beyond that. I'm trying to get to the Man U's and Liverpool's. That's what I want my club to have, the ambition to be the very best. Even,
of course,
aim for the highest of stars, and if you get something along the way, then it's it is what it is. But just aim for the top. Aim for the top.
I reckon if you was still in the Abramovich era, you would have surpassed Arsenal by now.
Yeah.
Because that guy's like win me minimum the league, or
win at all costs. Win at all costs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know whether these owners are like that.
That's the kind of owner like every supporter wants, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But to be honest, I think that kind of ownership's dead right now. You see, it's like
it don't exist. But with him, he's ruthless, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. No, it was nice while it lasted. Like, obviously, like I always say, the emergence of Chelsea and the Abramovich era killed Arsenal and any kind of title hopes. Because if you check it, the last title we won was Abramovich's first year, and then when he got serious in his second year, look what happened. Yeah, Jose came along, and then Arsene Wenger was like, "It is what it is." But yo, fam, my man right here asked a good question. Yeah, he says every player who puts on a shirt would always want to play for the badge. Most players don't do that for their club and country. Do you know what? Let's try to keep this on the Chelsea one. Yeah. So do you know when you're seeing Chelsea players more for your team? Yeah. And you could say this about anyone. Who do you think plays for the badge, and who do you think plays for the paycheck?
Oh, in my team.
In your team.
I think the only ones that really that are gonna play for the badge for mostly are the ones that come from Cobham. So your Reece James, even though Chalobah, I don't think he's good enough. He does play for the badge. In terms of, I don't, paycheck players are gonna be the ones like. It's weird because I think Casado plays for the badge. I think Fernandez is a paycheck guy, because I think if Real Madrid come calling, he'd be gone. Garnacho's paycheck. Who else is paycheck? Palmer, I don't know yet. I think he plays for the badge, but at the same time, he doesn't have any links to Chelsea. So the thing about the badge talk is that a lot of these players don't have any links to our club or to England in terms of we never made them. Like, if you've made a player, then it's a different story. So I think a lot of the guys that come from Cobham, so your Achimpongs, your Tyreek Georges, your Reece Jameses, those are going to be playing for the badge. The rest of them technically are paychecks. They'll play well for you. They'll do what they need to do. They'll want to win games. Like, you can see Cucurella, he wants to win games. But if a bigger club comes along and gives them a better opportunity, they're gone. So most of them are gone. So if a Madrid, a Barca, a Bayern, if Man United was serious, if Liverpool was serious and put the money down, and they were winning things, or if even a City are winning things, and if we don't put these players in the position to win Premier Leagues and Champions Leagues, the best of these players are gonna go. Your Fernandezes, your Palmers, they're gonna go eventually. So that's why we don't have any time to waste. That's why I say this season top 4 in a trophy, next season a Prem title, because you need a reason to keep them around. And as much as we've got them on death row contracts, everyone has their price, and teams will be willing to pay a price for the better players in our club if we don't build a team that can win the two big ones. And that's what these players want. They want legacy. They want to win the big ones, and they'll go wherever they need to go to win it. So most of these men are paycheck man. I ain't gonna lie to you. Most of the people in the big clubs are paycheck man. Let's be honest.
Wait, 1 second. Did I just get raided? Fucking hell.
Yeah,
Just
so
got
world
my
champion
first
raid.
raid. Yo, pick up. Thank you. I'm sure whoever raided me will show up, right? What I'm saying, but thank you for the raid, man. You get what I'm saying? It's my first raid. Fucking hell, it is what it is. Sorry, brother. Carry on. What was you saying?
No, I was just saying that, like, unless they're from Common. Oh, Lewis G. Oh, nice. Hey, big up.
Oh, Lewis G. Yo, all right, Lewis. Yeah. Thank you, my brother. You know what I'm saying? Peoples, when you're coming in there, please like and subscribe. Please like and subscribe. You know what I'm saying? I'm an Arsenal arsehole. Ozzy's an Arsenal arsehole. And this pussy all right here is a Chelsea fan, as you lot know. You know what I'm saying? Big up Lewis each and every time. Lewis, manners and respect, my brother. Manners and fucking respect. Oh, yo, people, just to let you know, this is my disclaimer. If you get if you get offended by anything that I say, yeah, I really don't give a fuck. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? We're just out here having a conversation, enjoying life. You get what I'm saying? We talk shit all day. We shit on each other's clubs. I even shit on my club. But right now, yeah, right, I just want to hear what this pussy underneath has got to say about his fucking shitty club. Fuck the Blues, but it is what it is. Would you say, my brother?
Yeah, but as for the world champions, as I said, if they're not from Cobham, they're for the paycheck, and that's the thing about modern day football, is that loyalty can be bought. That's the thing, and if we don't, as I said, if we don't put our players in the position to win league titles, Champions Leagues, or in the position to get to top in the Ballon d'Or status, to get their legacy, to get what they want, yeah, 95% of these men will go within a heartbeat. You see Real Madrid snooping around, or Barcelona, if they get money, snoop around. A lot of these guys will go. There's loyalty in football was lost as soon as money came in. So yeah, majority of these players are paycheck men. I'll be honest with you.
But bro, don't you think Maresca could try and build something good? I understand with the defense, right, and the whole back in the Sanchez thing, right?
Mm-hmm.
I don't understand that. But
Yeah.
like I said, going forward, you lot are a massive threat. Yeah? Even with no defenders, you lot beat the so-called the best team in England, yeah, on paper, so they say. This is what I'm saying. Every other person's favorite was Liverpool, but you lot, do you know what it is? You lot didn't go toe to toe with them. You lot battered them, bro. Yeah. So ain't that hope for you, man? Like moving forward to trust what your manager's doing, at least.
Oh yeah, I can trust what the manager's doing, but he's not the biggest issue. My biggest issue is my sporting directors. Are they willing to put the money where their mouth is on the right players? Because we could have got Mike Maignan last summer, who is an elite goalkeeper who would have worked for Enzo Maresca's team. We could have got Mark Guehi, who's from Le Cobham. He would have been playing for the badge. He's been a leader at every level of England except for the main one. He's a captain at Crystal Palace. That's the type of leader, type of centre back that you could have brought in, and he would have been coming back home. Those two things, and then maybe a proper left winger instead of getting me two guys that are inconsistent in Gittins and Garnacho. Get me a left winger that actually is if he's under 21, I want the best in class. I want a Keenan Yildiz. I want the best of the best. I want we got Esteval on the right. I want the same version on the left, and we don't have that. Or get me someone who's been there, done that, like a Rafael Leao or Rodrigo, because then at least you're giving Maresca the pieces to fight, to fight or flight. If he wins the title or he gets fired.
Yeah.
Then I can't look at the directors or the ownership as it's their fault we're not winning. Then it will be the manager. And that's all I want. I want the manager to be held accountable with the right tools to win the league. and he better win the league as soon as he gets those tools. But if they don't give him the tools, then what am I supposed to do? Am I supposed to lie and pretend that we can win this league title when there are teams like City and Liverpool, even Arsenal, even with your terrible manager who have better squads than us? I'm not going to lie to myself. I'm not going to pretend that we're there. Sanchez can't win a Premier League title, and if he does, that's a shame on all your clubs. I ain't gonna lie to you. If Sanchez wins a Prem title this season, yeah,
Mate,
all your managers better be fired, because come
Mate.
on, that's crazy.
I King, do you know the funny thing is, my manager should have been gone for a long time ago, right? We all know my stance, is what I'm saying.
No,
people like me and Ozzy, we ain't
agree with
flip floppers like those motherfuckers. But what I was gonna say was just try and keep it on Chelsea, is the fact that for me, I don't think Maresca like has got any risk on him, because the risk was getting a championship manager to take over your team. And to be honest, has he done better than what Poch did? Yeah, because he won you a trophy, at least. He made you lot world champions. And also, he got you back into the Champions League. You know what I'm saying? All right, Lewis, pick up again, man. My brother, manners and respect. Manners fucking respect. You know what I'm saying? Big up, Lewis. Such a blessed brother, man. You know what I'm saying? Unfortunately, he supports Chelsea, which are the world champions. It is what it is, yeah. But it is what it is. So go on, my brother.
In regards to what you said, I'm about what have you done for me lately? So at the end of the season, if he gets top 4 in the trophy, he'll have another season to win that league title if the sporting directors get him what he needs. But I'm not waiting around. I need a league title within the next 2 seasons. And if it doesn't happen, fire the man. I don't really care. I'm not here waiting 5-6 years like an Arsenal fan, hoping and pretending that Arteta's going to do something. No, I'm not about that. I'm just saying, I'm not waiting. I ain't gonna lie, I ain't got no patience. Exactly, we're world champions, and with that badge, you got to represent. And sometimes other teams are gonna look at us as fake champions. And in order to shut them up, you need to win the league title. You need to win the Champions League. I need one of them in the next 2 years. I'm not waiting no more.
Mate, okay. Before we move on from this, please tell me, like for me, because I call it the best looking world community shield there ever was. Yeah. So it's another plate, bro. You know what I'm saying? It's the best plate in the world. Would you agree or disagree? Because like Lewis, every time he goes on stream, he says, you know what, like hell the world champions, you all are commoners, plebs, and all the rest of it. Are you built the same way, bro? Because I hate hearing that, bro.
The thing about it is this, right? In order for us to have gotten there, we would have won the Champions League, which is big enough in itself to win that, because it's very rare. You're a part of a team that hasn't done that yet. So in order for us to get into there, we had to do something special. So
why? That's uncalled for, bro. I'm taking shots for no reason, bro. You know what I'm saying? At least you are Tottenham, bro. Like, bro,
but,
come on.
As much as people may hate that trophy, I think it's going to be one that will continue to grow in size. Because put it this way, as it may not be a big thing for the European clubs, but if you look at how the South American clubs, the African clubs, the clubs all around the world treated it, they treated it like it was their holy grail, and with that, you have to respect it as such. And for me, I think the way we got into that tournament, not as a favorite, we probably weren't even expected to make it to the final, and then beat the best team in the world at the time, and still is in PSG, like we did. That was more important than the actual trophy itself. The what we did to PSG, it kind of puts yourselves a marker on what we can become, and it gives the fan base a hope that maybe in the next couple of years we can become the team that deserves to be called world champions. Because right now we're not that team yet. We're not that team that deserves to be world champions. We're world champions, but we're not world champions in the sense of we haven't won the title.
You got the title.
We got the title. I want people to know we're the best in the world. And in order for us to do that, we have to win the Champions League and the Premier League, and in a dominant manner. And it's going to be up to the players, Maresca and this ownership and the sporting directors, to get it done. And if they don't, as I said, 2 years, and heads got to roll.
Yeah, AFC King says, if Maresca doesn't win anything this season, do you think he'll be sacked? Like I said before, my brother Abramovich was the best owner I've ever seen. He sacked about 15 managers, but won 20 trophies. Yeah. Seeing as you're the only Chelsea man up here, unfortunately, the world champions, is what I'm saying. To you,
do I think he's going to be sacked if he doesn't win anything this season? I have a suspicion he will be. Just because I look at our ownership, and as much as I don't think they've been 100% successful, they've been ruthless. They got rid of Tuchel, they got rid of Poch, they got rid of Potter already. So I think they want to win. And they've spent the money to win. So if you go a season without winning anything, I think he's gone. And I was watching PSG Marseille the other day, and you saw Igbali with De Zerbi, with the Strasbourg manager in Rossignol, and they were all looking a bit too comfortable for my liking. So I feel like they have names on the list that say, okay, if this man doesn't do it, all right, cross him off. We're gonna get to the next man. And I think when it comes to these owners, the money they've spent, it's an ego thing. It's an ego thing for these billionaires. They want to be the best, and I feel like with them, this is their prized asset in terms of the Clear Lake capital. It's not like with Arsenal's owners or United's owners, where they have NFL teams all over in the States that they can win over there and and use Arsenal or Man United as an asset to make their American clubs bigger. This is the only really thing they have. They have the Blue Coast stuff, and I think they need it to be successful more than anything. And they believe in their under 25 youth system. We're under 25 team right now. We're not a men's team. We're under 25 team, and I think they need it to be successful. And anything that stops it, they're gonna have to get rid of, and I think they will do. But I want them to get rid of the sporting directors more than the manager, if I'm being honest. I think the sporting directors haven't been good enough in terms of giving the manager what he needed to win big things this season.
Yeah. No, bro, I get that as well, because like for you to actually like step up from let's say the last season, for step up from the last season, big up, for step from the last season, I think that Chelsea, they need to make money. Do you know what I'm saying? They need to buy players, because it's not like they haven't got the money. Apologies, they've got the money. It's just the players that they need. You know what I'm saying? And like, big up King again. Like it's just the players that you man need. This is what I'm saying. And then once you get the players, you can go from strength to strength. But Logic actually said something that you touched on just a little bit earlier. And this is a great question, Logic, right? He says, I doubt Roman could thrive in today's game. Unless he really changed strategy, FFP will be like his kryptonite. And you touched on this a little bit earlier. And I think he's right by saying this, simply because like when Roman first came in, he's the reason why FFP is there. Do you get what I'm saying? So people with billions on billions. So let's say the what is it? The City Group, they can't just buy whoever they want. You know what I'm saying? They have to, cook the books, 115 charges allegedly. You know what I'm saying? So what are your thoughts on what Logic is saying, my brother?
FFP would have slowed him down definitely, but I think the thing about the Roman era that people need to understand is there was a point where he was pretty much kicked out of the country, and I think we were this close to either growing Stamford Bridge or making plans for a new, bigger stadium. And if we did that, if we improved the Stamford Bridge to a 60 to 80,000 seater, I think he would have been able to get past that. I think that would have been what we needed to do. We would have had to either move from Stamford Bridge or made other ways to make money, just like how Spurs are doing it. Because Spurs are making money over fist, and we're a bigger club than them. So if we did it, we can make those. He has those connections to make those business deals in order to make, it would have to be an entertainment center for all purposes. Just because that would have been the best way to make money on the back end, and then you can circumnavigate FFP with, funneling the money through other means and companies, etc.
Of course. Yeah, I think that he would have probably bought another 2 or 3 clubs. Yeah, do the whole City thing where it's like if you've got another manager or certain players, you just feed them to those clubs, get them gain the experience. Do you know like sleeper cells? Yeah, in every other assassin film that we've seen sleeper cells that go over to another country just to train, get their intelligence, and then come back to their motherland. You know what I'm saying, and do their thing. That's what I thought Roman would have probably did like throughout the years. But yeah, just like Logic says, I don't think he could thrive in this because he likes winners, and for him to win, like you got to buy the best things. It's like this, right? If I had the funds to buy 10 Ferraris, yeah, I will buy it. Should tell you why? Because I can, yeah. And those that would say that, do you know what? Yeah, what's the point of having them? Why not? That's the thing. Why not? If you're winning, yeah, it shows on the field. You know what I'm saying? People can say to me, "Oh yeah," but then like only simple fans will say, "Well, you lot bought the league, right?" When I was young, I would say that kind of bullshit because I am thinking more from an emotional standpoint. You know what I'm saying? At this age that I am, there's no reason for me to be emotional. Yeah, I might crash out on my team when my team does shit because I'm invested, but it's only because I want them to do better. If Arsenal said, you know what, yeah, we're buying this player, and the season after that, yeah, we won the league. Yeah, and someone said to me, oh yeah, well, you bought the league. Who gives a flying fuck? Yeah, it shows that we got ambition, and through those years, you man had the ambition. This is why when you're saying this, I can understand how disappointed it is because you literally have seen. You grew up in the era where Chelsea were the dominant force. Yeah, with Man United in that. Yeah, you lot had the best managers. Yeah, you had players like Robin. You know what I'm saying? The early Robin. Yeah, I see players like Hazard come to your club. I even see that dead ass fucking stat padder with the new fucking hairstyle in Salah at your club. Yeah, I can go even further back, bro. Like, because it's not that I hated your club, right? I hate Tottenham. That's plain and simple. I respected your club because I grew up around players like Gianfranco Zola. Yeah, and me and you spoke about this because me and you've been on streams together a few times. You know what I'm saying? So it's like when you put all of that together, you lot have had all the best players throughout the years. So seeing you now here as an Arsenal fan, I love it, bro. You know what I'm saying? Because like you man kicked me out of so many cup competitions. Drogba, he fucking bro. You see Drogba, yeah. Drogba, yeah. Okay, this is my disclaimer. Don't take this personal. Drogba took my team, yeah. Like to say a black man would with Kim Kardashian, yeah. He hit them every single time. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's my views on my views only. You hear me, people? Yeah. And it is what it is, bro. Yeah. It is what it is. Yeah. Because in footballing terms, right, you lot had the best players. You had, who was it? Makaleli. Yeah. We went after Kante. You man got him. We went after Hazard. You man got him. You hear what I'm saying? You even had, who was it? Mutu. Was it Mutu?
Yeah,
Mutu.
Mutu.
You know what I'm saying? He was a baller before all of that, let's say, yeah, it is what it is. You know what I'm saying? I'll try to find the right words, but sometimes it's certain things are better left unsaid.
He fell in love with the cocoa.
Talcum powder, yeah. Let's call it talcum powder or party powder. It is what it is. So I can see why you'd say that he kind of like Chelsea are not what they used to be. Can they get back to what they used to be? Yes. And I said this to Prime the other day, right? You got to remember, no one trusts Arteta. Yeah. Pep is going to be leaving sooner than people think. So who are the next best managers coming up after that? Yeah. Maresca. Because he's almost got the team that you could say are title winning team. And remember when I said there's actually no pressure on him. There's only 3 teams with pressure on. Not even Man United have got pressure on their manager. There's only 3 teams in the league that has pressure on for 3 different reasons. Arsenal, because we've been in second place position for 3 times. Yeah. Man City, because Pep is used to winning. Liverpool, because they are the current holders of the title and they have outspent everyone and arguably got the first or second best striker in the country and the so-called best number 10 who's got no goals, no assists in 9 games. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. How much did they spend for those players? This is why the pressure's on them. There's no pressure on you, man. You man are just gonna walk by nice and quietly. You know what I'm saying? Nice and quietly. You know what I'm saying? Ozzy, your thoughts on Chelsea and where do you think they're gonna go? Do you think they're gonna win anything anytime soon? And this dude right here is a pussy, but big up side, my brother. You're on mute, brother. You're on mute. You're on mute.
Bad, bro.
Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah, they could win a cup, but they're not gonna win anything bigger than that for now. They don't have the team for it. You know what I'm saying? But in the future, if they sort that out, then obviously they're up there. And then they can put a performance against a big team like they've done against PSG. Yeah. Like no one would have predicted that in 100 years. As for now, they're kind of on a good trajectory. They just need to keep that going. And then see where it takes them. Like, obviously, I respect like King's views in terms of like, if my man gets what he needs next season, like you gotta go for that league. And I would expect the same if I was a Chelsea fan. You know what I'm saying? Like, because they're kind of used to that. They've kind of fell off their bandwagon of the expectations of accepting what they've kind of gone through in the last 10 years. But they're kind of moving forward and they need to keep moving forward. They can't be like us of, oh yeah, but look where we was, look where we are now. Nah, they don't come from that mutant generation or world or whatever you want to call it, you know what I'm saying?
Or simps.
Yeah. Like, so yeah, I reckon next season what Chelsea do in the transfer window you would know whether they're serious or not. And if they're not, I expect like the real Chelsea fans like King and Carefree Lewis to call it out.
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
And deservedly so, you know what I'm saying? Like obviously me and you, fuck Chelsea, you know what I'm saying? Excuse me, boss, yeah, fuck Chelsea. But as like obviously taking my Arsenal hat off, just thinking as Chelsea, they need to sort out certain things in their team, and then they can go on and push for the big trophies like they used to do.
We got Rasta. We got my brother, yeah. We got old tight Rasta, yeah. Make sure you log on to Rasta Stocks TV. You know what I'm saying? Okay, this question right here, yeah. Sorry about that. I think a big difference between Arsenal and Chelsea right now is that Arsenal is built for the Prem and Chelsea is built for Champions League. It ain't easy being built for both, yeah. You know what, right? Logic. You see, it's all in the name. Logical, isn't it? Yeah. What do you think about that, King?
We would need luck in the Champions League. To be honest, the last two ones we've the first one we won, we scammed it in terms of we beat a great Barca team, and then what happened in that game in Bayern Munich. But I think that was years and years of us going to semi-final to final to semi-final for us to get to that moment. And the difference between those teams and this team is the first time we won it, we had leaders in our team. We had actual legends in to win that in terms of the Drogbas, Lampards, Terrys. The second time we won it, we had the defense. We had an elite defense. I think we conceded the least goals in a Champions League run. So, you know, a defense like that, you know, with the likes of Rudiger, Christensen, etc., Kante controlling ahead of them, that defense was elite. And you've seen what Rudiger has become and Christensen in Madrid and Barca, what they've been doing over there, and you know about Kante.
Yeah, baller.
This team doesn't have either that. You don't really have leaders like that. They're growing.
Yeah, but you got Caicedo though. You got Caicedo, you got players like that. Someone that
Yeah.
that can have the. He's not vocal. He's more like a Kante. He's not a person that's going to shout at you.
Yeah.
He's going to do his talent on the field and literally drag your team by the scruff of his neck. So why can't you, bro?
We can, but I don't. I just think the defense from the centre backs and the goalkeeper are the things that are going to stop us. That's what I think. We have too many injuries in the centre back position. We don't have a consistent 1 and 2, and the goalkeeper, you're expecting him to have maybe 3 to 5 games where he is at a world class level, and is Sanchez going to do that? Because in the Club World Cup, the only game the way he had to be elite was against PSG. In the Champions League, you got to do it in the quarters, you got to do it in the semis and in the final. That's 5 straight games where you're going to face some of the best teams in Europe that get to that stage. And then if you look at our league phase, I don't know if we're going to be in the top 8 or 9 to 16, and it's more. And when it comes to the league phase, it's usually the top 4 teams make it the furthest, and then PSG were the outlier that season because they turned into a great team. But 3 of the top 4 went all the way, and if it wasn't for PSG, Liverpool would have been all the way as well. So your league phase also impacts what you do in the Champions League going forward as well, because it changes the trajectory of the teams that you can face. There's a possibility we face a Madrid in Madrid in the playoff round, and we don't even get into the next rounds just because we didn't do what we needed to do in the league phase. So it's a difficult one because the league phase is mostly before January, and we can't really change our centre backs and goalkeeper situation. So we may not be top 8 or top 4 where we need to be in order for us to do well in the Champions League. That's the only issue. I think that the changes to the Champions League means you have to be a good team to win it. You can't afford to be a nearly team to win it now, like they did in the back in the day where it was a group and then you get the rounds. It's a different. The new style means you have to be a good team to win the Champions League now.
Yeah,
that's what.
I get that. Do you know it? For me, Chelsea, it's like on Chelsea's day, they've shown that they could beat anyone, and even when, let's say, for example, forget the PSG game for 1 second, because like you lot won that match. We could say it's pre-season. We could say they was on holiday. Who gives a fuck? Like you lot won. That's like you got the bragging rights. You know what I'm saying? For me, it was more the Liverpool match, right?
Mm-hmm.
And the only reason why I say for me it's a Liverpool match is because you had so many players out, and you lot put in a performance against near enough the strongest Liverpool side there is. You know what I'm saying? They had minimal injuries. Okay, cool. They had an injury to their goalkeeper, but take away from that, look at the team that they had on paper, yeah? And there's a reason why I said on paper, because on paper, you can't win a match on paper. Everything's played with visually and with your eyes. But then, if you've had so many players out and you man could bring, let's say you could bring on a Lavia, you could play actually as a team, as a unit, you could get Garnacho fucking playing good. Fair enough. No GAs, yeah? But then as an isolated game, he played well. You know what I'm saying? Something that Wirtz, not even Wirtz has done yet. Yeah. And how much did he cost? And we all shit on Garnacho. You hear what I'm saying? So it's like, why can't you, man, beat a likes of a Real Madrid, let's say later on in the latter stages? Why can't you beat like a Bayern Munich in the latter stages? Because as great as everyone talks these teams are, right? If you watch them week in, week out, then they actually ain't that good, bro. You know what I'm saying? They're just like, let's say got Real Madrid. They're like a barely how can I say it? They thought they were getting a gauntlet. You know what I'm saying? But all they got was what is it? What's his name's glove? What's his name? Do you know the one that said if the glove don't fit, we must have quit? My man's glove, OJ Simpson's glove. You know what I'm saying? Something that don't look right. You get me? So why don't you think you can beat them on your day? Just look what you did to a team like Liverpool, my brother.
Oh no, yeah, we can definitely do it, but it's just it's a lot of variables. We're gonna have to get our best players back in time for those games. We're gonna need to be on form during that time period as well. So it's put it this way: we have to be our best to beat the best. And if we're anywhere half-assed or even 70-80%, then I don't think we can make it all the way to the Champions League final. But you know, it just depends on who we face and what kind of team we have when it comes to those games. But as I said, with Palmer, with Pedro, João Pedro, with Casado, with Reece James, it's possible. Do I think it's going to happen? No, I just don't think we have it yet. As I said, I am worried about the centre back goalkeeper situation because I need a bit more from that area before I can really 100% fact and say, yeah, I want to be in a position next summer to say at the start of the season we're going to win the Prem and we're going to
I
win
hope
the
not.
Champions League.
I hope not.
I can't be. I'm not in that position yet, and it's down to the sporting directors and what my club has done in the last couple of windows because we could have been in that position this season. And if you look at the games we've dropped points, we should be top of the table. Let's be honest, we should be top of the table in terms of the games we've dropped points to because before the red card we were better than Brighton. The early red card against Man United against a terrible team, and then the last minute dagger against Brentford. Those points right there, we're up there. But that's the thing: the lack of discipline, the lack of leadership, the lack of a good goalkeeper who makes the right decisions at the right time by letting Mbeumo go and take the shot because he might miss. That's the difference between us winning the big things, and that's what we had in the past. We don't have now.
Hey fam, look, right, people, all the new ones out there, right? I'm gonna say something that's gonna be crazy because that's what I do. Yeah, let me show you something. There's a certain demographic that shouldn't be goalkeepers. Yeah, it's just like you'll never see a black man swimming in the Olympics. There's a reason. You know what I'm saying? We don't do them thing there. Yeah, we stick our toe in the pool. Yeah, and we do it chest high. Yeah. Black people shouldn't be goalkeepers, bro. Yeah, stay in your lane. You get what I'm saying? Stay in your motherfucking lane. I big up Catch all the time, bro. Oh, yeah, my brother. Yeah, thank you for showing up, brother. Hey, yo, Ozzy, what are you saying about Chelsea? Do you think that? Do you think that what King is saying is right? Do you think that them man there should actually could win something next season? Do you actually believe that Chelsea should be seen as a force? And do you think that if Maresca would have made the right decisions, they wouldn't have dropped points in the games that they did? So that's a few questions at you.
In terms of like them dropping points, bruv, their defense is just bozo, innit? I think they would have still dropped points, man. Their defense, like. But when you got this man and that man, you know what I'm saying, part of your defense, bro, what the fuck do you expect, bro? You ain't going to be top of the league, man.
Yeah, facts. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So, but my thing is, Chelsea don't have, what's that? What am I looking for?
Cojones?
Like when you look at Chelsea and then you identify like their players, they're a young squad, you know what I'm saying? I think Chelsea need a bit of like, they don't have like a juggernaut in there, you know what I'm saying? They don't have a Drogba, a Terry, you know what I'm saying? And I think that's one thing they're lacking, but they need more than just one kind of big leader in there because I think they need a goalkeeper and practically you can say a whole new defense because the only guy I'd put in their defense that I rate is James, but that guy is made out of even glass is stronger than him. You know what I'm saying?
What Palmer?
He's so damn fragile, but then I wouldn't have no one else from that defense, man. Badashili rubbish. Cowell is good on his day, but he's not a big, like he's like a squad player. Cucurella, that guy is a bit erratic. Like I wouldn't want him in the team because he'll either bang or he'll be out of position. So like when I look at Chelsea, that's like in my opinion, you could say they need a whole new back four and a keeper, which when you look at it, the grand scheme of things is quite a lot. And then you need that back four to gel. You know what I'm saying? You're not just gonna get four defenders that is gonna be like boom, like these man are it. You know, like with Arsenal, we had Gabriel, but then we needed like Saliba in there, and then they kind of became a good partnership, one of the best. And then we've got one of like the best right backs right now in Timber. You know what I'm saying? But it takes time to kind of have that solid defense. So with Chelsea, I think they're still away from being like serious contenders, but they're a very decent team on their day. But they just don't have that kind of, how do you say, that anchor, that juggernaut that's going to be like, listen. Because I look at Chelsea, I don't really see any real leaders. I don't see like a proper captain material in that team. So that's one thing they're lacking as well. Like if I was to ask like Prime and King, who would you say is your leader? Like you say, yeah, captain in, like he's that guy. I personally don't see anyone in there.
Do you know they got Reece James, they got Caicedo. Palmer is a good shout because, but then do you know when? Okay, do you see when people like us, right? It's so hard nowadays. When we're talking about leaders, we're talking about more vocals, yeah, more people that will take man out and all the rest of it. Nowadays, football's played in such a different way where it's like, man, don't talk no more, bro. You hear what I'm saying? It's like speak when it's spoken to kind of thing. They use their football to show.
Shut up, yes, sir, man. What do you know, bro?
All right, my man's fucking on smoke. You know what I'm saying? As usual, big up, yes, sir. Yeah, it's I don't know. It's like footballers nowadays. They're just different. You know what I'm saying? We're just used to a particular sort of captain. This is why, let's say an Arsenal, we're going to touch on Arsenal in a second. Yeah, peoples. With Arsenal, the only reason why most of us Arsenal fans would say Gabriel is because you don't realize he's the vocal one. He's the aggressive one. He's the only player in that team at this point in time that is that nostalgia player that reminds us of, let's say, the Tony Adams, right? The Vieiras, the Keowns. You know what I'm saying? Players with aggression. You get me? The Sol Campbells, right? I would say Torre, but Torre was more quiet and pretty with that. You would also with the football. But that's why we could say the Gabriels. I understand that Chelsea doesn't have that noticeable player, but they do have leaders. It's just that their kind of leaders do different things. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, but enough of Chelsea. Let's talk about Arsenal. You know what I'm saying? Because I know that AFC always wants to always hear Arsenal. You know what I'm saying? Today, I'm trying not to shit on Arsenal too much. You get me? So, Ozzy, what you said about Arsenal, bro? Are you happy with the international break so far? Are you glad that some of the players got a little rest? Are you glad that players like Saka had a great game? I've been hearing, or people's been messaging me that. Are you worried about Fulham on Saturday? Talk to me, my brother.
Like for me, I'm just glad international's over because I don't give a shit about England fucking being live. Yeah, I don't give a fuck, man. I'm saying they do it every fucking year. You're gonna beat these flipping bozo European teams that have fucking flipping. I don't know, bruv. Like Podolski, the plumber, and Falansky, the flipping.
Hey, bro, I used to be a plumber. Don't disrespect plumbers, bro. I used to be a plumber back in the day, bro. You know
no, but bro, like, bro, they played against like.
Yeah, I get it.
No offense to like man in the professions, but like,
yeah.
or they played against like a football team that's, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's not, bruv, they're not ballers like footballers. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So like, I don't give a shit, bruv. Like, you'd expect England to thrash up Latvia 5-6-0, man. Like, who the hell was Latvia? You know, with all due respect, I don't give a damn.
Peoples. If you're single, go Latvia. That's all I'm saying.
Big up Eastern Europe, man. Big up Eastern Europe.
That's all I'm saying, Peoples. Yeah. Me?
Yeah, no, like no offense to Eastern Europeans, but like they're not known for being good football teams. You know what I'm saying? So like it's not something to get giddy about. Like a lot of Arsenal fans like today. But if I went to the gym today and the guy spotted me, goes, "Are you still talking rubbish, man? Like you're not happy?" Like I'm like, bro. I said I don't get giddy after one match, did it? And he shut up. So like for me, fair enough. We're okay now. We're doing okay. But again, the season's not won after 6 games,
7
or 6 or whatever it is, in it 7 games. As things stand, yeah, I'm happy we're top of the league. But I want to be top of the league like at end of the season. With Fulham, it's always a sticky one with Fulham, innit? Especially when they play Arsenal, they kind of sort of find they kind of turn up against us, you know what I'm saying? You expect it to be them regardless if they turn up or not. We're better than them, but because you got the likes of, you know, ex-Arsenal players, and them Arsenal players somehow like turn into prime, like their prime play of themselves. It's always
they got something to prove. They got something to prove.
Yeah. Like I don't rate what's his name? Iwobi, but that guy will somehow have his best game against Arsenal.
Yeah, he did it at Everton. I remember that.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Or he will shit house really like a goal somehow. He won't score in 10 games, but against Arsenal, he'll score somehow. Obviously, you got Smith Rowe there. Fulham haven't really been great this season, but it's one of them ones where whenever you play Fulham, like recently, you know you're in for a tough game. So I'm gonna go for a 2-win Arsenal.
Affairs. Wait, Prime, since you haven't said much, thank you again for the radio. What I'm saying, you know how much I appreciate that each and every time. What you said about Arsenal, my brethren, like our fortunes in the next few games, or more importantly, Saturday's game against Fulham, because we've actually got a great head-to-head record against them, but it's just that players always turn up. Ex-Arsenal players always turn up, as Ozzy says. What's your thoughts on it, my brother?
Who cares? You're not going to win the league, even though you're favorites for the league and Champions League.
We're not favorites. Come on, drop that, Prime. We're
No. I didn't say you're favorites. It's what I get told. But all these stats and XG stuff, they're favorites. So.
You got to name some names on the show, bro. Conversation, blood. Don't take it personal, people. We're just having a conversation. So talk to me, brother. Who says that?
Oh, all these stats and XGs and stuff, and the Gala's mentioned all these tweets. However, I do have something I want to ask. Actually, you and Ozzy. What? Just quickly, what are your thoughts on Declan Rice? Real quick.
What
do you mean? Elaborate.
Something specific, or just like him?
Just in general, what do you think of him as a player and how he's been for Arsenal, his potential in the future?
Declan Rice. I think he's a good player. Yeah. What he's done for Arsenal, it's been okay. The reason why it's been okay because he hasn't actually been a catalytic player to actually push us forward where we're going to win the league or anything. Because before he came, we finished second, right? Yeah. While he's here, we finished second, right? So has he been a difference maker? Yes and no. Yeah. He's brought a lot more energy into the midfield because he is a workhorse, right? And I'll never take that from him. But he's the same player that he was for West Ham. The reason why he was more noticed was because the rest of the players around him were shit. It is what it is. You know what I'm saying?
Interesting. I'm gonna cut you there.
Yeah.
What do you think of Gerrard?
Okay. This is gonna trigger a lot of people right now, yeah, but I don't give a flying fuck. This is Conversation TV. Like I keep saying, like I say what I please. You know what I'm saying? When it comes to Gerrard, he was a great player and a great servant for Liverpool. Yeah. Right. But Declan Rice is made in his mold. Right. If Gerrard would have won more or been a catalytic player to help them win more, then I would have rated him a lot higher than how I rate him. People always tell me what happened in Turkey. You know what I'm saying? When they played the great AC Milan. And you know what? Yeah, even a squirrel gets a nut sometimes. Do you know what I'm saying? Because any other time when it really mattered, yeah, oops, I slipped up again. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, that's how I see it. He's a great player for Liverpool, right? But
interesting.
It is what it is. If you can read it between the lines, it is what it is. If you want me to elaborate, just ask me the question, bro.
So I think you agree with this then. Do you think Declan Rice can overtake Gerrard's legacy?
Yeah, he can.
Damn. Okay. Nice.
I think he can. Do you know what it is?
That's not my opinion, by the way. A certain Arsenal fan said this. So you agree with him. You're deluded too. Let's go.
No. Okay. The only way he could take over his legacy if he wins the Premier League and the
Champs,
and the UCL, yeah. That's the only way he could take it over. Has Arsenal got the team for it? Yes, they do. Have we got the manager for it? No, we don't. Yeah, that's the only reason why I say yes. Because as great as like the fighter of Gerrard was, he only won a UC. You know what I'm saying? If he won the Premier League, do you know what? Yeah, there's no touching him. But then it's just like me saying, who's the better captain, Henderson or Gerrard? Yeah, who won more? Because when it comes down to it in football, it's not like, oh no, I like this guy because he did this, because he fought for my team. Just remember, pussios, yeah, he wanted to leave. It was only the Liverpool mafia, allegedly, yeah, that threatened his family, allegedly. This is why he's here, allegedly, or he still stayed, allegedly. This is what I'm saying. Otherwise, he would have went to Chelsea when Mourinho come on knocking. Yeah, what I'm saying. So I'm a realistic fan. If Declan Rice wins more, yeah, he's more accomplished. You know what I'm saying? Is he a better footballer than or better technique than Steven Gerrard? No, he isn't. You know what I'm saying? Gerrard was one of those players that is amazing, right? But we're in a numbers game, right? Winning makes you, unfortunately, a lot better than certain people eyes in certain statistics. If we're talking about the eye test, Gerrard all the way. Okay. Go on, Mr. Chaos.
No, it's you know Gunnar Souls.
Yeah,
he said that Rice can overtake Gerrard's legacy very easily.
How?
Because Arsenal can win Champions Leagues. He said plural. You know, in the future, you can win Premier Leagues. This England team, you know, is gonna win a Euros or World Cup in the future. So and he'll be an important figure in Arsenal and England winning those trophies. Because
mate, he must be talking about the future where Dr. Doom's coming.
But you kind of agreed, no?
No, I didn't. I said if he wins the Champions League and then he wins the Premier League, then do you know what? Yeah, I'll put him higher than who is it, Gerrard? But
that was his point. He was saying, well, you're saying if. He was saying when.
No, there is no when, because as long as Arteta stays at this club, it's always going to be an if. It's always going to be an if. It'll never be a win. If we had a better manager, then it becomes when are we going to win it? Do you know what I'm saying? And I've always had that standpoint. That's why I brought up the whole Henderson and Gerrard captaincy. Who's the greatest captain for Liverpool? One person won them a Champions League. Yeah, the other person won them a Champions League, FA Cup, Super League, and a Premier League. Come on, man. Let's not do this, is what I'm saying.
Okay. Ozzy, your thoughts? You agree? Disagree?
In terms of like him surpassing him trophy wise, it is possible. In terms of like an all-round player, who I'd have, obviously I'd have Gerrard, because Gerrard can win you a game by himself. Rice can't. And they're a bit different in terms of plays. Gerrard's more of a box-to-box player. Rice is more defensive. We've tried to turn him into a box-to-box player, and whoever you ask as an Arsenal fan, they'll say he's a number 8. Some will say he's a number 6. For me, Gerrard was a number 8. For me, Rice is a number 6. And Rice has always had like his best performances for me personally, and when he's got man of the man performances is when he was in a number 6. I don't think Rice can become a number 8 or a box-to-box midfielder. As much as he has the athleticism, he don't have the tech. But there's no way, like, even if, let's say, for example, Rice goes on to win like 2 Premier Leagues and 1 Champions League, trophy-wise, yeah, like, you'd say he's got a better legacy. But player for player, Gerrard is better in it. It's like the comparison with what Don said with Henderson. Like, it would be ludicrous to say, oh yeah, Henderson's better than Gerrard because he won more trophies, or he's won because he's won a title. Like, it's mad. Like, Rice will never be one of them, how do you say, Prem legends. Well, Gerrard will always get spoken about regardless. Like, Rice will play for another 5 years unless he goes to do a madness. Like, no one's going to be like, oh my God, do you remember Declan Rice, bro? He was a baller. Well, Gerrard will always get spoken of. You know, when you say like the best British midfielders, like Gerrard will always be in a conversation. Might not be, he won't be in the best, but he'll be in a conversation, you know what I'm saying? But Rice will never be in that conversation. Like, Rice is a very, very good midfielder, but he's not of that ilk, you know what I'm saying? As your Scholes, your Gerrards, your Lampards, you know what I'm saying? But then, Prime, come on, man. You come to Don Conversation and you try to compare us to these wafflers like Souls and Egal, man. Don't put us in the same bracket, bro.
No, I get it. Do you know what it is? I for me, I get the question, right? Just because it is.
Yeah, but it comes from people that like making outlandish claims, bro.
But bro, you got to remember, you see people like Prime. Prime is an agent of chaos. Yeah. He's an agent. Like, you know,
he tried to like antagonize you. Say, oh yeah, you agree, you.
This is what I'm saying. Like, but you know, I've been working with Prime for such a long time
he did agree.
No, Prime, he didn't, bro. He gave you context, bro.
Prime, pull it in context of what I said. Pull it in context.
Okay.
I said, if a player,
we don't care about
player.
Just like I said, he could surpass him, but he won't be a bad player.
Hey, listen, Dante, when this gets clipped, we don't care about the context, bro.
No, of course not, because you can choose what you want to fucking play in it. But it is what it is, because I've got the original. You know what I'm saying?
30 seconds of me saying, "Oh yeah," but like he can surpass him and certain trophies, and that's like me basically trying to say, "Oh, he'll be better than Gerrard." No, he's not.
Oh, we all know that. This is what I'm saying. It's like the conversation, like you said, it's like the old conversation of who's better, Scholes, Gerrard, and Lampard. You know what I'm saying? it's like I hate those kind of questions because they're all different types of midfielders. It's like, what kind of teams are you putting them in? Are you putting them in an attacking team? Are you putting them in a defensive team, a low block team, a mid block team? This is what I'm saying. And then you can choose, like, if you're playing them in a more of attacking team, then do you know what, right? You play a Scholes. If you're playing them on a counter attacking team, you play who is it? Lampard, because you know he'll box crash. You know what I'm saying? If you're playing let's say a mid block team, then you'll play Gerrard because he's a box to box and he can spray those balls in. So it's like the whole cliche: who's better? The question is, what kind of teams are you putting them in? That should be the question for me. You know what I'm saying? Because in all right, yeah, you could say as a number 10, or let's say as an attacking, yeah, Scholes is one of the best, bro. You know what I'm saying? His passing, his vision is outrageous. But if you want a numbers game, you're gonna get fucking Lampard. If you want someone to die for your team, literally die for your team, you're choosing Gerrard. You get what I'm saying? So for me, they're all three of the greats. You get me? And unfortunately, no other team can actually say that apart from mine with what's his name, Patrick Vieira. You know what I'm saying? Big up Patrick Vieira, because without Patrick Vieira, there'll be no Gerrard on another man there. You see it, family. So it is what it is, brother. It is what it is.
Henry's still a fraud, though.
Henry's still a fraud. Yeah, he's a fraud, bro. But you know what? Yeah, that's a lovely fraud to be the best foreigner to ever grace his presence, yeah, on the English soil. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, and that's said by numerous footballers, pundits, and players. Sorry,
I remember that handball he did against us.
Was it against your team? Was it against your home nation?
I'm Irish, bro.
Oh, you're Irish.
Yeah.
Was it against your home nation?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. See what I'm saying? Big up the French. Vava boom, Kalajato, Je m'appelle, Je les Kokokwa, and all the rest of that blood clot. You know what I'm saying? Big up Thierry Henry. Oh, Prime. Prime, do you know what it is, yeah? He cheated, but you've been cheated as well.
Listen, we don't give a shit.
You don't give a shit, but when I say Henry missed 3 big chances in the Champions League final, I'm crazy. Okay.
Oh, yeah, but he did. But you know what, right? Like, we moved on from that. You know what I'm saying? We're talking about football in 2020.
Have you moved on? You haven't won a Champions League yet.
I know I haven't moved on, bro, but you know what? Yeah, I told you this season, I'm just gonna laugh and laugh and laugh.
Oh yeah, this season Arteta's gonna do it. I hear you, bro.
No, you ain't gonna do nothing. I'm not allowing you to put words in my mouth, rude boy. Yeah, like we know.
I'm saying Arteta's getting to the final this year.
Oh, what final is he going to?
Champions League. He's getting there, bro.
Do you know the funny thing is, right?
Those are your words, Prime. Yeah.
Bro, I said last year that he's going to get to the Champions League final this season. I have it documented.
Yeah, no, you did. You did as
well.
Don't
clip that.
No, I don't need to clip it, bro. Like, because you know the funny thing is, I've heard him say that actually last season. He did say that last season as well. He says we're getting to the final this season, is what I'm saying. Right, and
I also told Don C that Madueke will be good for Arsenal. He's good. I told Don C they're going to get Sterling. They got Sterling. I can predict Arsenal stuff. So them getting to the Champions League final,
he did.
Is gonna.
Unfortunately, he did.
You're going to lose the final. You're going to lose the final with Arteta, but at least you'll be there. At least you'll be there.
Do you know what? Right, like I don't even want to even think about it, because when the final comes around, I'm going to be in Italy at a wedding. This is what I'm saying. So my mind will be on other things. It is what it is. This is what I'm saying. But if we get to the final, hey, it's another celebration. You know what I'm saying? Second place again. Just in the Champions League. You know what I'm saying? So you're going to be happy for that. You know me, I'm going to crash out. It is what it is. But at least this time, when I crash out, I'll be doing it in a suit from a wedding. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? It's my Bridges wedding. So it is what it is. So I'll be looking good and Chris and all of that in my bow tie. You see what I'm saying? So there's positives to this, bro.
What?
Yeah, so okay. Go on.
Arteta's not leaving. Because I spoke with a gal a few weeks ago. And basically I'm just like, all this stuff about Arteta has to do with this year and stuff, and about how great the squad is. That was all said last year, but yet there was circumstances to why you didn't win the league that you guys didn't foresee. So what if you guys don't win the league this year? Because no one expected Liverpool to challenge, and they won the league. People this season aren't expecting City to challenge, or at least in the summer, people weren't expecting City to challenge. What if City end up winning the league, or what if Chelsea do it, or what if Palace, who have started off great, what if they win the league? What if something else happens that no one expects? What's the excuse then? Because if Liverpool win it, then they've spent 500 million in a summer. They're expected to win the league. If Pep wins it, then it's Pep. So he's expected to win it. If Chelsea win the league, then we spent 2 billion, so we have to win it. So like, what Arteta will always have that excuse. And I was saying that
there is no damn excuse.
He was saying, no, well, no, you can, no,
he hasn't won it.
No, you can say that.
He's got to go.
You can say that, but there will be an excuse. I've just given you three
excuses. Yeah, because top gooners that suck him off will have an excuse.
Pause that.
But that's my point though. When do you?
Yeah, but don't bring that conversation to us, bro. We're not deluded in it. Bring it. Go take it to them, man.
I did. I'm telling you, I spoke to him about this.
Yeah, but we don't give a shit what he says, bro. Why are you telling us for?
I'm trying to trigger.
Do you know what it is? Do you know what it is, Ozzy? Like you see, the
he's
thing
just
is,
trying
right?
to shit, like.
I'm trying to
trigger. No, do you know what it is? I love conversations like that. I love conversations like this because.
Yeah, but there
is Arsenal
nonsense, bro. Like we don't talk nonsense over here.
Yeah, no, do you know what it is? I love hearing what other Arsenal fans have got to say. You know what I'm saying? The reason why is because that's keeping me in a loop of the stupidity and the reasons. And it's like because when a person talks about football, it could be for any club, my head's ticking is why are you saying that? What makes your head tick for saying that? Yeah. But then, do you know what it is? Sometimes you got to see people for what they are. They're fucking idiots. Yeah? They're fucking idiots. Just call it that. That's what I'm saying. People do it for like the likes, the comments, the this, the that, and the controversy. I ain't got time for that. But it doesn't mean I don't like hearing it because I'm always willing to listen to someone else's opinion, no matter how stupid it is. Because afterwards, I'll just say, you know what, Prime? My man's talking bare shit. You know this, I know this. And you probably...
No, but the thing is, right? Because it's... I agree when it's most delusional Arsenal fans, but Igal, he does believe what he says. That's why I was saying to him, you didn't see the circumstance last season, the unforeseen circumstance of why Arsenal wouldn't win the league, but Liverpool won it, and then you started giving the circumstances of what you didn't see about the squad not being good enough. What if this year there's a circumstance why Arsenal don't win the league? Because, for example, Gyökeres, I know he scored a few goals, but he hasn't looked the best. What if this striker that you expect to score 25, 30 goals, what if he ends up flopping? What if Arteta doesn't use this brilliant squad correctly? What if Eze doesn't end up looking that great? There's other circumstances why you might not win the league. So
there is no circumstances, bro. It's down to the manager. That's it.
I know, but that's the point I was trying to make. Because he thinks I don't rate Arteta at all. I actually think he's a brilliant coach, but he's just not good enough to win the league now.
He's not elite.
So that's the point I was trying to make of like, so what is the
we've been saying this for the last
all the other excuses you guys have fixed. You got the striker, you have the better squad depth, you have the Saka backup, you have everything now. So what is the excuse if you don't win it this year?
There is none.
And that's what I was trying to get to, but he was like, no, Arsenal will win the league. We'll show you. And I was like, all right, cool, but like, this is like the boy who cried wolf. You told me last year and the year before. So why do I have to believe this now?
Yeah, because the thing is with Igal, he's so far down the rabbit hole. He can't come out and now say, oh, you know what, I'm wrong. He has to come out with more outlandish stuff to keep the flipping, the deluded choo-choo train that he's on going. He can't go against the grain now, can he?
Yeah, I have to agree with that. Ozzy. It's like once you put your
he's pushed this narrative for so long. Then he'll come out and say, I'm such a fucking idiot. Oh, why do I do this to himself? And I'm like, Igal, brother, respectfully, you're a nice guy, but you put yourself in a way where you get all the shithousery from other fans. because you make yourself look like an idiot again and again and again, and you don't learn from it.
You see the thing is,
and the thing is, he carries on this protagonist thing of trying to, you know, Arteta's an architect and Arteta's this, and every time he has to come out with more outlandish stuff to, like I said, to keep this narrative of him that Arteta will finally do it going. He can't say this to guys, you know what, I tried to push the bandwagon for so long and I believed in this and that and I made excuses, but he won't come out and say respectfully, you know what, I was wrong, will he?
Do you know what? That's just down to a personality, because it's like back in the day, right? You couldn't tell me nothing bad about Arsenal. You know what I'm saying? When I was a lot younger, where it's like if someone says something, no, we're going to win the league, the trust and this and that. But then there comes a time when you have to kind of call football for what it is and see it for what it is. You know what I'm saying? Because when I first came to this into this scene, when I was on Sarcasm City, for the calling shows, people used to always call me the angry Arsenal fan. Don't see the angry Arsenal fan. Oh, it's not that I was angry. It's just so happened that when the fan calling shows was on, fucking Arsenal just lost. Is what I'm saying. But yet they didn't see when I was actually giving Arteta some sort of praise to say he did this in a match, he did this in a match, he did this in a match. You know what I'm saying? But because Arsenal haven't done it for so long, yeah, people like us, like myself and Ozzy, we are classed as more a negative fan than that. I can only talk about myself when I'm making this statement now. Like, I don't believe in no top and bottom gooner. I think that's just a narrative of certain people trying to push. You know what I'm saying? But do you know what? Yeah, big up to them. That's their thing. All I am is Arsenal do better. You know what I'm saying? If Arsenal win, Prime will tell you, King will tell you, Ozzy will tell you. Do you know what? Yeah, I will praise the team and shout out Arteta in the isolating match. But motherfucking lose. You know what I'm saying? Yeah? Get the substitutions wrong. I'll cuss you out. Look at the last win we won. You know what I'm saying? I still picked out parts of what Arteta could and should have done. And yet that's a win. You know what I'm saying? Where the substitutions were happening. But yeah, I still praised it on the other hand. You know what I'm saying? Because when you're talking about football, there's two different sides up there. There's so many different sides of football. Not just two, not just one. You get me? People like Gal. The only thing I can say about him is that, like Ozzy always says, certain fans eat with their eyes. You know what I'm saying? That's the type of fan that is. Do I like him? Do I like it or not? Do you know what? It's just not my cup of tea. You know what I'm saying? People like him. People like, who is it? Like Ty from AFTV. You know what I'm saying? But at one stage, all of us used to be like that. The difference is we fucking grew up. You get me? We started seeing the football for what it is. We start seeing the club for the narrative they do. It's just like this, yeah. Last season, just for example, now, yeah. We started off the season really poor. Just before the North London Derby, yeah, they announced that Arteta, right, has signed an extension on his contract. Is what I'm saying. Just to take off the emphasis of how poor we was. When it comes to Arsenal, we have fantastic marketing. If there was a league for marketing, yeah, Arsenal, we've won it. We've won it every fucking season. When we're going for a bad patch, guess what? They bring out a nice new shirt. You know what I'm saying? A nice new shirt. You go Carnival 2 years ago, sorry. What happened? You saw that Jamaican Arsenal shirt on everybody, even little Pickney. You know what I'm saying? When it comes to marketing, we are A1. We even brought out, or they said they're going to bring out a fucking Arsenal dating thing. You know what I'm saying? On Netflix show. Yeah? When Arsenal are going for a bad patch, I say again, do you know what they do? Arsenal are great at marketing. I say that again because now they're talking about lemons. So all the emphasis is off of Arsenal. It's back on the lemons. When we go for a bad game again, yeah, listen to what I'm saying. Listen to how I'm saying it, right? Against Man United, yeah, a poor team in the FA Cup. He talks about the football, yeah? So now you're not talking about football and you're talking about Arteta, what he said about a football, yeah? You're talking about Arteta's legacy, yeah? Let me show you again what he says. He talks about charity shields, yeah, being a trophy. So now what are people talking about? So when I say Arsenal are the best in PR, bruv, do you know what? Yeah, we ooze that shit. You know what I'm saying? And unfortunately, there's certain people that buy into that shit. You get me? Because unfortunately, they've grown up as a man, but they haven't grown up as a man. If you need, see what I'm saying, and I'm trying to say that as respectable as possible. You know what I'm saying? Without trying to disrespect anyone, even though I'm a very disrespectful person. You know what I'm saying? It is what it is. Yeah. Unfortunately, some guys are over here. The rest of us are walking righteously. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So Prime, I hope you got what you wanted because I know what you wanted, rude boy. Fucking pussy, yo. You know what I'm saying? Yo, Kig, what you said about Arsenal?
That was a lot. I ain't gonna lie, but I agree. I agree with a lot of it. I think that's why I call Arsenal a fashion club. You know, they got all the new kits, all the new clubber. Yeah, yeah. I saw that Jamaica kit a lot because I live around
Right.
Carnival, so I was seeing a lot of that kit. They always got new kits. PSG were like that for a long time because they used to not win the big Champions League, so they were a fashion club too. But you know, they became winners. I think for Arsenal, it's always been a bigger issue than just a manager. It's always been an ownership problem. And for me, I feel like as long as the Cronkies are here, I don't see Arsenal becoming a team that can dominate because their owners don't want to. It's been 21 years. It's not been 5 years of Arteta. It's been 21 years. During that period, you went a period of 9 years under Wenger where you didn't win anything. Now you're in another 5-year period of not winning anything. That is 2 droughts under the same
Culture.
ownership.
Yeah.
Still, so if there is not from the top to the bottom, if from the top you don't have a winner up top that wants to win, and then it kind of seeds down, what do you think a manager's gonna do? How was a manager allowed to finish second 3 times in a row and still have his job? The first time he should have been gone. 93%. Didn't win the title. That shows you right there he ain't a winner. But what do? You give him contract extension. You say back the boys. You say next year's gonna be our year. You've been saying next year for 21 years. Last time you won it was it. Imagine if you asked those players that were a part of that invincible team, this is gonna be the last time you're gonna see the title for 21 years. They would have laughed at your face.
Facts.
Look at the legend that those players were. One of my favorite players outside of my club, Thierry Henry, was doing the business back then, and Arsenal haven't been the same since. And you've got a good team now, and I've said it like you have all the pieces to win a league title, but you don't have the manager. And as long as that continues to be the case, where the manager isn't being changed because the ownership doesn't care for winning, as long as the owners don't care, the manager doesn't have to care, the players don't have to care, and then the fans are just going to be, I don't know why it's going crazy, but the fans can either go 2 ways. They're going to be seen as overly negative because they can see the BS, or they're overly positive because they're backing a ship that's never going to rise. They're backing the horse that's never going to win. They're betting all their chips. They're betting all their money on a horse that's just going to come second again. And
So
then
what you're
what's
trying to
gonna
say is
happen?
that it's like them betting on Garnacho.
Yeah, pretty much. I didn't like Garnacho coming to my club. I'll be honest with you. And that's the thing. And if you look at the teams that have been successful in recent memories, it's the ownerships that lead that success. When Liverpool are successful, it's because their ownership give a shit, and then other times they don't. When Man City have been successful, it's because their ownership care they want to win. Roman wanted to win. Back when Alex Ferguson was successful, their ownership wanted to win. But you look at the Glazers, they don't want to win. Look at Man United now, one of the biggest clubs in the world, in pieces, in tatters. So it's always going to be like that for Arsenal. It's always going to be, maybe if we did this, maybe if we did that. There's always going to be another excuse because, as you said, you're a PR club. There's always another excuse around the corner.
Yeah.
Oh, but Pep came back with Man City and Haaland scored 35 plus goals. He was unstoppable. Oh, he won the league this season. That's going to be the excuse. And then next season there's going to be an excuse, and then the season after that, and then you go 30 years without a title, 40 years without a title, 50 years without a title. How long before the excuses run out?
Yeah.
Arsenal have all the tools. They have the team. But if you're not willing to change the one thing that's stopping you from thriving, and even the striker, I've said it, Gyökeres does not, but does not have a successful career in Arsenal under Arteta, because Arteta doesn't know how to handle an elite striker. The last one he had, Aubameyang, he let him go. Why?
Ego.
Exactly.
Yeah, ego
And that's
thing,
what
can't
elite
you?
strikers have. They have the egos, and he can't deal with egos. He's shown it in the past. He can't deal with egos. That's why he didn't want a Eucharist. He wanted a young under 21 Sesko that he can mold, that can tell him what to do. That's what he likes. So for me, as long as this is the case, I don't see Arsenal winning anything, even though they have every tool in the chamber. They have all the tools, but no idea in order to win the league title. And if it's second again, I wouldn't be surprised. And the only way this manager goes is if you don't get top 5, because it's going to be another season where top 5 gets you Champions League.
Mate, I listen to this shit, man. He's bringing in the RAF to help him with communication with the team. Look, right, Sunshine, right? Do you know what, right? Big up Sunshine. Make sure you subscribe to Sunshine FC. This is what I'm saying. Lovely content creator, yeah? An amazing person. She's a better person, you know what I'm saying? But the team that she chooses to fucking support is the team that allowed Tottenham their first trophy in God knows how long. You know what I'm saying? So shame on you, yeah? And get back in 15th place. You know what I'm saying? But big up Sunshine each and every time. Bloody hell. Friggin' hell. Yeah, no, do you know what? Yeah, you're right, man. With PR, it's a shame. And unfortunately, when it comes to Arsenal, and this is just my views, is that for many years that people don't actually understand how far back it goes, the excuses. We could talk about 2006 when we moved into our new stadium. After that, we couldn't buy no players because we're paying off a stadium. But yet, guess what? Those the CEOs and the people on the board was constantly getting those big checks from those big bonuses at the end of the fucking year. We had the highest ticket prices in the land. We had the highest ticket prices for 18 years. 18 years. Check that, but yet we didn't buy anyone of note until, let's say, the Ozil. Yeah. So you're telling me for 10 whole years we were paying off a stadium, but yet we had to sell our best players, but yet everyone else was getting bonuses. Come on, man. Then we got gaslit to say that, you know, top 4 is a trophy. Now everyone thinks the top 4 is a trophy. Yeah. So the excuses have gone way back. It's in our culture. So anyone new that's growing up, that grew up in that era, yeah, was a young adolescent to becoming a teenager in that era. This is why they are coming with so many excuses, right? When the rest of us, right, we saw Arsenal lift up trophies. We saw the TTs play. We saw the Vieiras play. We saw the Perez's. Even Francis Jeffers, the biggest flop, yeah? Because Francis Jeffers was a wonder kid before they knew what a wonder kid was, yeah? And he flopped, yeah? Even he picked up a trophy. You know what I'm saying? Sigan picked up a league. People don't realize that. You know what I'm saying? So we got to remember, yeah, as Arsenal fans, we're the ones that's keeping up the standards. We are the ones that keep the standards. Everyone else are just doing what they're doing. I don't hate it. The only thing I can't stand about it is when I'm on streams with them, they're trying to tell the kids, because what they don't realize is, okay, cool, I swear a lot. And to be honest, right, when it comes to vulgar, that's who I am. You get me? But then when we're talking about Arsenal, actually talking about Arsenal, I won't say nothing that you can't see with your own 2 eyes. You know what I'm saying? All right? I'll call Arsenal out when it needs to be called out. I will tell you Arsenal's history because I saw it as a young adult, and I see where we are now as a parent. You know what I'm saying? And it's not good enough. Yeah? Prime will come and tell me, says, yeah, so why can't Arsenal win the league? Because we are technically title favorites, yeah? All right, Sunshine. Yeah, we are title favorite. We are one of the title favorites, and we are in it until we're mathematically not. But when we have Arteta, how can you truly believe that? How could anyone truly believe that? If let's say if the shoe was on the other foot or the glove was on the other hand, yeah, would Chelsea, being in Arsenal's position, trust to get over the line with the manager that they have? They'll tell you no, because like the only reason why I can say that is because you can say that, yeah, well, he won a trophy. He could not have. He could have put his third team out and still won that trophy. Yeah, Chelsea are too good to be in that league. The question is, what can he do? Yeah, when the pressure's on. Being in the Conference League, there's no pressure. There's no pressure. Any incompetent manager with a great team could win that. Yeah, I'll put one better. Even Amrin and how poor he has been could win that competition if he was in it. Yeah, and I'm being realistic, bro. You get me? Those teams, you're not playing on a 4G pitch there. You're playing on a fucking pitch that's like Rockstone. You know what I'm saying? All right, those teams are shit. It is what it is. So when the pressure is on, and if Maresca was in Arteta's position, I don't think he could win the league as of yet. Should I tell you why? Because right now in 2025, he's not an elite manager. Yeah, give me an elite manager in my team, being in this position, I don't bet, but I will bet my house that we'll win the league. Yeah, because that's how much confidence I have in him. Now, it is what it is. It's just null and void for me. It's just null and void. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So, okay, lads, before we close out quickly, what are your thoughts on Man United and Tottenham so far? Ozzy, King, Prime?
United is United. Long may it continue. You know what I mean? Long may it continue. Almerin for another 3 years, 6 years. Yeah, fuck United, like fuck Chelsea. Tottenham, they'll basically be how good Brentford was, in it, with Thomas Frank. Maybe a little bit better because they have slightly better players, but they're not gonna. Sunshine, as nice as you are, your team shit. Hold that, yeah. And may they always be shit. Yeah,
Always
no
a
offense to you, Sunshine, but yeah.
No. Go on offender, bro. Because when I'm on her stream, do you know the kind of hate I get from her and her padders? You see her and Gigi, right? Good creators, you know what I'm saying? They know their stuff, yeah. But they're the ultimate trolls. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, the ultimate trolls. They just do it in such a friggin' nice and petite way. I fucking hate it sometimes.
Yeah. She's good with the TikToks. I can't lie. You know what I'm saying?
Brilliant with that. Brilliant with it.
Yeah, but fuck United. Yeah, United. Well, yeah. Do you know what it is? United, like, it's even kind of getting a little bit boring now. You just know what to expect. Yeah. Tottenham, they're nothing to be worried about, but they'll just be Tottenham in it. They might. I think Europa League get best for them. I don't think they'll be, because you look at top four. Yeah, you know, Liverpool, Arsenal, City, Chelsea should get top four. I think they're kind of the sort of you would say on paper the fourth best team. So yeah, like I don't see Tottenham challenging for like Champions League football. And yeah, that's it.
What about yourself, King?
Nothing to be worried about. They're both crap. One's crapper than the other. One's kind of becoming a little bit better, but yeah, no, I'm not going to be looking over my shoulder.
Fair enough. King, what are you saying about them?
United, I'll be honest, I'll give all their fans a piece of advice. You're better off following the women's team. That's a team that you can actually back. Their women's team is actually really good. So forget about the men's team. Follow the women's team. You know, I think you're up there in the table, second or third at the moment. They play good football as well. They've got a good manager as well. So yeah, follow the women's team if you're United. I'll be honest with you. Your men's team, another season wasted. I'll be honest with you. But 10th is the best they can get. Spurs under Thomas Frank. I like Thomas Frank as a manager. I think they will finish fifth. And if it's top 5, they get Champions League. If it's not, they get Europa League. So they're going to be in Europe next season. And then can they win a trophy? Maybe a League Cup. Maybe a League Cup. In if Thomas Frank gets the right running. You know, I feel like Thomas Frank was very unlucky in the Super Cup. I think he should have done a little bit better towards the end there. But yeah, Tottenham 5th and maybe a League Cup. United, just watch the women's team. Watch women's football. I'll be honest with you. You're better off. You're better off. You know, at least you will watch your team winning week in, week out, because no back-to-back wins. And the only teams you've beaten have been in 2025. The only teams they've beaten have either been relegated, promoted, or been down to 10 men. So if those three things aren't happening, it's just straight losses. So I would say that.
Prime, your thoughts on United? Yeah. Fuck United all the way. Your thoughts on United and Tottenham? Well, but before Prime comes back here, I would just say Man United, yeah. First and foremost, fuck Man United, yeah, what I'm saying. Yeah, two of my most hated teams in United and Spurs. I'm so happy that they're in the mud, and I do not want them to get that back-to-back win. Right? Do I want them to beat Liverpool? Because that's one of those questions that Sunshine asks. Like, to be honest, yeah, I want both of you teams to lose. But if both teams lose, that's a perfect result, yeah. But unfortunately, both teams can't lose, yeah. So right now, it's a tough one, because if you would have played Liverpool straight after Chelsea played Liverpool, I would have said that's a guaranteed win for Man United, just because I don't think that they were going to fix up in time. Where Slot has had time to tinker with things, time to think about, go over the mistakes that he's done. He's had time to work with words, right? I think it's going to be a bit more of a spectacle, yeah? You see, with these games here, it doesn't take much to get each team ramped up. Like, one thing that's always good in football is the derby days, is what I'm saying. And you see, what I want and what things going to happen is two different things, obviously. But I do actually believe that Man United is going to beat them, because just seeing both teams, yeah, Liverpool hasn't actually played any kind of good football this season. They've kind of stagnated, yeah. But Man United have been looking better and better and better, yeah. Like, I'll give them that. So I'm thinking that Man United is gonna win. Maybe they're gonna do like a 2-1 win. You know what I'm saying? Maybe that's me being hopeful. Me silently, like still got my league hat on. You know what I'm saying? My league hair. Because just remember, when Arsenal last won the league, I had fucking cane rolls. You know what I'm saying? And that's long gone right now. They hit me like all those years ago. So maybe it's that. But I just think that United are gonna do it. Yeah, the United are gonna do it. And with Tottenham, fuck Tottenham. You know what I'm saying? I don't like their manager. I don't care about that manager. I don't care about their team. All I know is that them man have the best looking toilet I've ever seen. You know what I'm saying? I don't care who they're playing. I just hope that whoever they're playing gets they shit on them. Yeah, fuck Tottenham each and every day, people. Fuck Tottenham. You know what I'm saying? Okay, people, lads, any more thoughts before we close out quickly? Or would you like to big up your show? Have you not got anything coming up soon? Ozzy?
I'm just happy for Premier League football to be back, man. League football to be back. Start doing more shows, collaborating and whatnot, you know what I'm saying? Like, so yeah.
No, man, you need to do more shows, bro. You get what I'm saying? Like, you know what I mean? Just shout me anytime, bro. You get what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? King, what are you saying?
I got a show in a bit with Rasta Stocks. He was here earlier. Shout out to Rasta. So I got a show with him. We do it on Tuesdays on my channel, Thursdays on his. It's full-time vibes on mine in about 50 minutes. So yeah, I'll be on it with him. African King Academy Development Squad. That's what it is. That's a full name.
Yeah, man. Nah, man. Do you know the funny thing is I need to come back on your show, man. It's been a minute, bro.
Yeah.
It's been a minute. Now I'm going to try and be consistent, because I'm going away next month and I need to get as many shows as I can. I'll only for my belt in the next few weeks before I fly out. You know what I'm saying? But I'll watch that, man. Like, hopefully, Arsenal will still be top of the table for when the next international break, because we've got what's our next 3 matches is Fulham, Palace, which is a tough one. I think it's Madrid, Atletico, and then Tottenham. But it is what it is. Prime, have you got anything else to say before we close out my family, Mr. Chaos?
Man United, is it not sad at this point? What? What's funny?
No, it's not. Fuck them.
What's funny?
Nothing, brother. Carry on. That was a drop. That was a mic drop moment. Go on. It's delivery.
I don't get what's funny. I was being serious. I don't get what's funny.
Mate, man, you don't have a joke. That's why we're laughing.
Yeah,
I know.
Extreme dive.
Are people not tired of laughing now? Is it not? Is it not? Is it? Are we,
Nah,
do
we're
people feel
not.
sorry? Is it not serious now? Do people not feel sorry or feel bad?
No, I feel sorry for the man them. I feel sorry for the man them, but fuck United.
Yeah, no, but that's what I mean.
Mate, there's not a Man United fan on the stream, yeah, so there's no one to be sorry for. You know what I'm saying? Anyone else that's Man United, my brothers, yeah, cool. I'll hold them up, but I still have to laugh at them because they're in the mud. So fuck Man United.
I mean, not flawless and stuff. He deserves it, but for people like Sunshine and she, you don't feel bad for them. I feel bad.
No, Sunshine deserves this.
Why did she support United?
Nah, mate, Sunshine deserves this, bruv. Do you know how much stick Sunshine gives me at times, bruv? Yeah.
Yeah, but she has nothing else. So
Yeah, bruv, she can go play with her dog paws.
Oh man, like Sunshine, she's a great, like I said, Sunshine is a great person, great content creator, and the TikToks are hella funny. Do you know what I'm saying? And the shorts and their skits, yeah. I love that shit. But fuck your team. Like the more that you're in the mud, yeah, the funnier the shit is, because I love seeing those tears. You know what I'm saying? So keep crying, keep crying.
Oh, so also I saw this was a question on the because during international breaks, people just want to have like this to the most random of conversation. Which banter era was worse, Arsenal's or United's?
Tottenham's.
I didn't say Tottenham.
No, do you know what? Yeah, United.
Tottenham are not a big club, so
we've won that 5. Thank you.
I will say United. I will say United. Like all jokes aside, I will say United. Should tell you why. Yeah, I'll say United, because as much as they won, let's say even recently, they were top of the tree at once. They were top of the tree, and last season they finished 15th. It doesn't get worse than that. They still got the same ownership. They still had the same players consistently playing week after week. Arsenal, you knew there was a joke. You know what I'm saying? We all knew that. Yeah, we were competing, but we only competed for 3 league titles throughout. I won Champions League final. The rest of the time was FA Cups. So we kind of knew where we stand a long time ago. With Man United, they was top of the tree for how many years? For like 25 years. 25 years. And now you man are struggling to get in the top 8. Struggling. Yeah. You still has Fernandes as your man. You still got Shaw playing there, right? You man haven't had a decent goalkeeper since, I can't remember who was their last good goalkeeper. De Gea. And they sold that motherfucker. And yet they kept what's his name? Bruno. Come on, man. They got duped in buying Maguire. All right. They bought Højlund to say that's the next Haaland. They kept Canacho for how long? They kept Rashford. Bro, how can you not sell players? And how can players that you are supposed to sell, that you isolate out of the team, become one of your best strikers in Maguire? This is what I'm saying. Mate, it don't get no better than that. I swear down. It don't get no better than that. Just because how the mighty have fallen, just because of how high they fell. That's why I said they're the biggest banter club.
Okay, so this is a question then for both teams. When did Arsenal's banter era start and when did it end? And the same applies for United. When did their banter era start? And I'm assuming they're still in their banter era, obviously, so it hasn't ended yet.
Yeah.
But
for Arsenal, because Arsenal's been going for a long time. If we're talking about leagues and league titles, it was the factor of 2015.
It started in 2015, you think?
2015. Even though we didn't win anything before, like when was the supposedly league challenge against Leicester? Was it 14-15? Or was it 13-14? Which one was it again?
I think it was 13-14.
Yeah. Whatever that year was, that's when for me it started, because I'll always be honest with it. I was one of those fans that
I'd say before then, but
yeah, I was one of the fans that thought, yeah, we could win it, we could do this, we could do that. Like I said, I'm an honest fan. You know what I'm saying? But then when that was like the straw that brought the camel's back, when I couldn't take no more. When I couldn't take no more. You get me? But for Man United, even though Man United's banter started when, well, to be honest, when Ferguson left. That's when it started. Even though Man United have won the like, let's say, the Europa Cup and a few more things in between that, I don't think for let's say, if Arsenal, just for me, if Arsenal won that, that's what Arsenal was expected to win, because there's levels when it comes to certain clubs, yeah. And as big as we are, we're not Man United big. Like it is what it is. They've won so much recent trophies. We're not Man United big. This is why I can say, even as a Chelsea in recent times, yeah, for trophies wise, okay, that's different. But from recent times, like Chelsea have won everything, yeah. So we can't even touch them, yeah. But the fact that Man United, how high they've fallen, and because there was once at the top of the tree, and they've fallen. It's not like they've just fallen out of the top four and they're scraping themselves back into it. They almost got relegated last season. You know what I'm saying? And let's not sugarcoat it. It's only because they had 5 other teams that was much worse than them. That's why they stayed up. And they didn't get Amaran a lot earlier. Could you imagine if Amaran started the season off last season? They would have been in a relegation battle. That's why they're the banter club. For myself, anyway. Was he?
Yeah. For me, it is United, because especially last season. I think last season put it in perspective. What, minus 10 goal difference, finished 15th. They still, they owe the league goals for what, this season, last season, the season before that, they're on negative goal difference. I don't think Arsenal were ever that bad, and the fall off was absolutely terrible. But it's like it's close, but yeah, United, just because of the fall off, I think, for me. But I hate Arsenal more than I hate United, so Arsenal's more funnier to me because they're a local rival. But the United one is bad. I'm gonna lie to you. And I don't know. Sometimes I just feel they're equal, because both of these teams are losing their city to their blue rivals, and that's the worst thing about it, is that you look at what Chelsea and Man City have done in the last like 20-25 years, and then the two red clubs in these two separate cities, it's bad. But yeah, United is worse for me.
I would say the same, just in terms of the fall off. Because like, as bad as Arsenal was, we were never like 17th. You know what I'm saying? But we was always like a top 4 team, even though we did have some shit results in that time. But we were never. Like, I think in one season was the only season we didn't play like Champions League football. Yeah, obviously, if you're not including like Lego heads years. So yeah. But Arsenal never been in a like. Well, Arsenal's never even been like 10th in the last like 25 years. Our worst league position has been 8th.
Yeah, man, I hear that, man. I hear that. It's crazy, man.
Yeah.
We just need to do better, bro. That's all it is. We need to do better. Yeah, we just need to do better. But do you know what it is? I can't wait for the Arsenal Chelsea match because that's going to be a test for us. Do you know what I'm saying? For both of our teams, because we're supposed to be so far in our process. And I want to see us go up against you, man, because it's always been a close match. Yeah. And most of the time, you know, back in the day, you man got the better of us, just like we got the better of you in the early 2000s and all of that. The last few games, yeah, we've won. There's a few draws in that. But it's going to be a test for us, man. You know what I'm saying? But yo, man, them. Yeah? Prime. Aussie. African King. Thanks for showing up, my brothers. This is what I'm saying. In the chat, please like and subscribe. Like and subscribe and stay warm because it's fucking cold out there. And as always, fuck the ops, yeah.